And we're live at Bogus Stadium tonight. Harlingen South taking on Brownsville Hanna Eagles. Beautiful night of football here in Harlingen, Texas. South Hawks won the toss and will be receiving first tonight. Aaron Sanchez in the booth along with Wayne Lowry. Excited to have you, Wayne. It's going to be a great night of football. Talking a little bit before the game about this matchup tonight, district matchup. 4-1 Brownsville Hanna versus 1-4 Harlingen South.
What a game. I think we're going to expect to have a great game today. The Harlingen Hawks are going to have to keep the ball on the ground, try to control the clock. Brownsville Hanna has a exceptional offensive game, and so we can expect some potential high offense from Brownsville. The Hawks are going to have to control the clock and control the ground and play some exceptional defense to kind of keep this game in check.
You know, Brownsville Hanna kind of bring a passing game to this district that has not been seen in a while, and so these district teams, Harlingen South, Harlingen Highlands, Fresnos, their secondary is getting tested like they have not been so far. I'm excited to see a passing attack tonight. I know Brownsville Hanna is going to bring it, like you said, important keys for Harlingen South. Clock control, ball control. They're going to get a chance here starting off the game. They will be receiving.
I'd like to see how the Hawks are expecting to cover on defense. If they're going to be playing mostly nickel package or if they're going to have 6 defensive backs in the field.
Yeah, and we've seen the 5 defensive back, going through this season, and so perhaps throw an extra 6. We'll see. But first, our offense gets to come on the field again. Number 25, Alisea, the storyline of the season. Hurt early in Bird Bowl, not back again tonight. Did not see him warming up on the field. Actually, now I see him in a boot right there.
Oh, no.
He's not playing again. So we're going to see what Quiros has to do tonight. Also, what number David Torres is going to bring to the table as the sophomore quarterback.
What a great night for football. Talk about some good weather. The breeze is not too strong tonight. It's going to be a gentle breeze.
Number 1.
It's got that crosswind, so it's not going to affect the passing game too much. So should be in Brownsville Hanna's favor. Here we go. Kickoff time here at Bogus Stadium. Live audio coverage brought to you by KHGN. Here's the kickoff. Nice kick and be returned. Fielded at the 3-yard line, out to the 5 and 10, now 15. Makes a cut up the middle, sheds one tackler, not the second one, down at the 24-yard line.
Well, you can see on the defense there, they met him in the middle, they closed the gap, and they took him down just short. It looks like just short of the 25.
Good coverage there by Brownsville Hanna. And South Hawks wearing a new uniform. I haven't seen this uniform yet, Wayne. This kind of a dark gray jersey with those orange pants. Kind of looks like that University of Miami, team out there. So, and of course Brownsville Hanna in all white tonight.
Looks like Brownsville Hanna is setting up for looks like a nickel defense. Actually, that may be a 4-3 defense right there.
And they'll go with a 4-3, looking to stop the run early. In the backfield, new running back. That looks like Corbin Hendrick. Get confirmation on that in a little bit. Torres hands off to the running back up the middle. Few yards gain there, not much. Gain of 3 perhaps.
Trying to run it between the tackles to start, get a few yards, get the confidence going for the offense. But it looks like Brownsville was ready for it, and they were definitely there to stop the run. Short gain.
Check that. That's number 11, Emilio Quiros. Jersey's a little bit bunched up. Couldn't really see that other number. So Quiros in there in the backfield. Junior running back, sophomore quarterback. He has 3 wide receivers, 2 to his right. Quiros in the backfield, rolls to the right, wants to pass, lets it go. Caught. First down and more, now down to the 43-yard line. Great pickup, first down Hawks.
Yes, it looks like he had a great pickup there. The defense rolled over nicely, covered and cut him off from any great yards after the catch. Number 88 there with the reception. Number Bennett with the reception there.
Brady, I wonder if that's in relation to number 6, Brandon Bennett. Could be his younger brother. Brandon Bennett, we know we'll be hearing from him later in this game. Here we go, Torres. Man in motion now. Hands it off. Quiros up the middle. Tackled quickly. Nothing there.
No, they're driving him back. Oh, man, look at that defense pile up. Pushing them back 5-6 yards. That puts a lot of fear in a running back when you get tackled and hit and pushed back like that.
Second down and 10. 10:35 left to go in the first quarter. Just starting off this game, 0-0. Hawks received, and they have the ball now. Second and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line. Here we go. Torres passes. Caught on the outside. Out to the 48-yard line.
Nice catch.
Goes number 15.
What a catch. If you you've got to hear those footsteps. You got to know right there that he is about to get hit and hit hard, but he rolled out of that, held onto the ball for nice yardage.
Third down and 4 now with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Harden's out showing that mid-passing attack, something that's been successful for them so far. The other thing they like to do is go on the edge with a run. See what they do here. Torres now on 3rd down and 4.
Oh, there's a blitz.
Rolls to the right, looks to pass downfield. He's going to take it on his own. He's going to have a 1st down and more. Pick up for Torres. Great run by the quarterback. 1st down Hawks.
Fantastic run and good blocking.
On the stop, number 42, Ryan Duran.
That looks like that was an option play from the beginning. He could have dumped it off to the midfield, but decided to hold on to it for some great yardage.
So that'll take them down to the 43-yard line of the Hanna Eagles. And the Hawks are rolling on this drive. Torres in that shotgun formation. Quiroz offset. 3 wide receivers sends his slot in motion. Hands off to the slot receiver. Left-hand side. Quiroz out in front. Tackled in the backfield. Loss of about 3 yards.
Well, that was some great defensive presence there by number 40. He got on the ball. He saw it from the beginning, and you watch the coverage. He was being, it looked like he was being held, but he broke free and he got the tackle.
It'll be 2nd down, about 13.
Second
and that was Cruz on defense.
2nd 13 coming up now for the Hawks. Ball in Hanna's part of the field now. They're going to go 2 running backs in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to his running back. No, he keeps it up the middle. Nowhere to go there. Line of scrimmage. No gain.
You know, when you've got 2 running backs in the backfield, you know they're trying to mix up the defense and confuse them which direction they're going. But right there, it didn't seem like Brownsville was very confused.
Here we go now. 3rd down, 13 to go. Sends a man in motion now. Torres looks downfield, wants to pass. Good protection. Connects with his running back out of the backfield. Nice pickup, about 7 yards on that one.
What a hit by 20. What was that, 25? What a strong, powerful hit. We're watching here on the replay. It was a fake handoff. What a great pass by number 8. Over to 27, and he was hit hard by 27 on defense as well.
4th and 5 now, going no huddle. Torres, shotgun. 3 receivers. Here comes the blitz. He's going to get a free play on this one. Lets it fly to the receiver. Nothing to lose. Incomplete pass.
We got our first penalty of the game. Let's see who they're going to call upon.
That should be offsides on the defense. They're bringing that blitz Wayne off the corner. And what happened was they got caught, snapped the ball. Free play, so this is going to go for the Hawks against the Hanna Eagles. Just couldn't capitalize on that free pass. I mean, he had somebody out there, just couldn't get open.
You know, it was one of those situations when you got nothing to lose, just throw it long and see if your receiver catches the ball and makes something great out of it.
That's right. And you know if it's intercepted, it's coming back anyway because there's a flag on the play. So great job there by the quarterback realizing that. Great poise for a sophomore quarterback, by the way. Torres came on game 2 of the season and replaced the starting quarterback, who was a senior. And you just seen him grow week by week. And so young team for South Hawks this year. Had a little bit of rough go at it, 1-4. But this is a young team that's getting some great experience now. So 4th and, he said 4 inches, is that right?
4 inches. Not 3, not 5. 4 inches.
That's Mr. Andy Scott on the call tonight.
You know, they're kind of in no man's land there. You know, if you punt it, you're not going to get much. So it looks like they're bunched up here.
Oh, that's just quarterback keeper. I think he's going to get that one.
I think he got it. Number 27 get with a great push.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You know, the quarterback kept it, but number 27 came up behind and says, let me get you across that 1st down marker.
It's a team game, Aaron. It's a team game.
Team game. Good team effort there. 1st down for the Hawks. 7:25, no score yet. South Hawks, you talked about it. Clock control. They've got it going down right now. Torres. He's going to look to pass. Keeps it up the middle. Scramble. And it looks like he's going to be close to that 1st down marker.
That was a fantastic run. You know, the blitz was coming around the corner. It looked like for a moment there he was going to be tackled for loss. But instead of getting sacked, he eluded the sack and got some great positive yards. Looks like 9 yards on that play.
They will call it 2nd and 1. Here goes Torres. Now Quiroz in the backfield. Quiroz with a run. He's going to have enough for a first down and much more. Great run there by the running back. About a 5-yard pickup, first down, Hawks.
You know, at the beginning of the game, we called it. We said if the Hawks are going to be effective in this game, they've got to have ball control and they've got to run the ball. Some good old-fashioned Alabama Crimson Tide, keep the ball on the ground and just run it between the tackles.
What is it, 4 yards in a cloud of dust. All right, here goes Slotus now, and he's got number 32 in the backfield, Sebastian Garrett. And he likes to run in between the tackles, and there he goes, going to pound that football. Gain of about 3 yards for Garrett.
You know, when you're attacking Brownsville defense, you know they've got a lot of speed on the outside, but they also got some bruisers right up the middle. So, you know, if you're gonna try to hit that middle, you got to make sure that offensive line is really ready to push. Make some openings, make some holes, and let your running back try to slide right through. I wonder how the power game is going to be the rest of this game.
Garrett's trying to set that up. Here we go. Torres is going to go to the pass this time. Lets it fly. Wide open receiver. That's Bennett. And he's going to score for the touchdown.
Oh, he is in.
Touchdown Hawks. Bennett, number 88. Woo! Beautiful catch. Beautiful run after the catch.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that play whatsoever. Number 8 on defense. He was right there. He just could not pull him down. What a fantastic pass play right there. You know, Brownsville Hanna came into this game 4-1.
That's right.
They came into the Hawks 1-4. But it doesn't look like the Hawks are going to lay an egg tonight.
No, definitely not. And you look at this district, we'll talk about it here in a little while. There's still opportunity. It's going to be tight at the top, but there's still opportunity to make it happen playoff-wise. 83, kicking the extra point. That is Jose Nerman. It is good. 7-0 your score here from Bogus Stadium. 5:47 left to go in the first quarter. And the Hawks' long, sustained drive. Punch it in with a beautiful passing catch to Brady Bennett. And they get on the board first.
Now let's... Oh, there's a flag on the field. Looks like it'll be declined. It was on the defense. We'll wait to hear confirmation of that.
Offside defense to be declined.
Yeah.
Watch that hard count later, by the way. If they're getting the defense jumpy now, watch that hard count later.
He's confirming with the coach. As we expected,
right.
Decline, and the extra point is good. So now Brownsville Hanna is going to have to show that high-powered offense. I wonder if they're going to try to go deep to start, or they're going to try to play the long game.
You know, we're halfway through the first quarter now, and so Hanna's, I'm sure, itching to get on there. I know the quarterback can run too, and so the run game may be predicated upon how well the quarterback can throw, or if he gets flustered and run. So we'll see. I'm definitely interested. I do want to see some passing tonight, so we'll see.
Back to receive for the Eagles, number 2, Matthew Garcia, number 9, Christopher Gottman.
Now, Aaron, this is the first time we've called a game together.
Yes.
And so I'm interested. You said you're really into passing. So you're more in a high-powered offense, or you're more about the defense, brother?
I like a good power running game. Don't get me wrong. The thing that's intriguing about the passing game that Hanna brings is this district hasn't seen a whole lot of passing.
Ooh, a short kickoff.
That's going to be off there, and that's a free ball. We're going to wait for the official on it.
It looks like a Hawks got the ball. Did he pick it up?
Waiting for that official to confirm. They have not called it yet.
We may have an injury from Brownsville Hanna. There's a man down on the field. Coaches for the Hawks is still waiting to hear confirmation. He's trying to send his offense on the field, but they're not quite sure what the call is. Oh.
So Hanna's going to retain possession. So the player was down before the ball came loose. So, yeah, going back to that, just intrigued to see a passing offense. Again, this district, mostly a running district. And so I think that's really what piques my curiosity more than anything.
Well, they called the player down, so it looks like Brownsville Hanna is going to have a chance to show us that high-powered offense and see what they're up to tonight.
All right, here we go. Number 3 for Brownsville Hanna, quarterback coming out onto the field now. That is Victor Campos. And he is listed as a sophomore quarterback. So 2 sophomore quarterbacks going at it today.
We see the Hawks are playing a nickel on defense, which means they've got 4 men up front, 2 linebackers and 5 defensive backs. We'll see how that holds up against the 4 receivers.
Spread offense here, connects with his receiver off the quick wide receiver screen there. Hit quickly, gain about 4 yards with flag on the play.
We got a flag on the play. Let's see what they call there. But you had a nice screen by number 84 on offense. They may have called a holding there.
And that should go against Hanna, and that's going to be holding. We call that on a receiver on the far side of the field.
Oh, wow. Well, the flag came down on this side of the field, so he must have saw something from way across the way. Good eye there. So that pushes him back a little bit.
So right away they come out with that wide receiver screen where the other receivers supposed to set up blocks for him. So we know that they want to go to the air. Here we go, number 3 again. That is going to be Victor Campos. Looks to pass out of the backfield's running back, 24, a couple of yards, and he's taken down pretty quickly.
That was an aggressive tackle. You can tell the Hawks here are not ready to give up any yardage. They're hitting this offense hard. In fact, there were 2 tacklers on that defense.
Cesar Mancias with a catch out of the backfield.
I'm going to take your word for it.
And he's in the backfield still. Victor Campos, quarterback. Good-looking quarterback. I'm looking at probably about 6 foot back there in the pocket. Sophomore again. He's going to go with a spread set again. 3 receivers left, 1 to his right. Sole running back in the backfield. Waits for the snap, gets it. Handoff up the middle. Nowhere to go. Big tackle in the backfield.
Looks like about a 2 or 3 yard loss right there on the running play. You got 3 you got 3 receivers on that side. He ran the ball towards the side of the receiver. That's a surprise. You saw on the other side, he had basically one-on-one coverage. He could have floated it up there, and it would have been a challenge for number 24 to go one-on-one against, looks like, offensive 24 as well.
Watch that matchup on the outside. Here we go, spread offense again. 4 wide receivers. He wants to pass downfield. Here comes a pressure. Steps up in the pocket. Sacked in the backfield.
He's down. That offensive line was trying to buy him a few extra seconds, but there were no seconds left as the Hawks took him down.
Let's move on. 4th down to 18, and the punt team comes out into the field for Hanna. And South Hawks are going to be able to return this. They're lined up at the 50-yard line, so great field position coming up, barring anything crazy on this punt.
After that long offensive drive by the Hawks, we really expected Brownsville Hanna to try to push the ball, really try to show that they are the 4-1 team that their record reflects. But the Hawks were there on defense, and they were ready to shut them down.
Here goes the punt. Good snap. Nice-looking punt. It's going to be fielded around the 49-yard line. He's going to take it to the outside, down to 45-40 now. Makes a break to 35-30.
We got a flag. They're going to call it back. There was a block in the back, it appears, on the receiving team. We'll see what they call in the field, but that's what it looked like from our view.
Penalty marker on field.
This should go against the South Hawks as they're taking position further back on the field. Really did a great job on that first drive. Just running the football, clock management. Brownsville Hanna couldn't get their offense going, so South Hawks can get a chance to try to extend that lead early here. 3:23 left to go in the first quarter. 7-0 is your score. Hawks on top.
There's nothing that demoralizes a defense like a penalty on the punt return. The defense works so hard to push them back, but that penalty will take the Hawks all the way to the 43-yard line. So instead of having good field position, just 35, 40 yards from their own end zone, they're pushed back. So, it gives the Hawks an opportunity for more ball control, but also gives Brownsville an opportunity for a pick six or to turn this over quickly.
Torres in the backfield now. Shotgun formation. He'll come out with his 3 wide receivers. Going to hand off. That's Quiros, left-hand side. Bounces it outside. Puts his head down. Gain of 3 yards for the running back.
It looked like for a moment there that play was going to get blown up, but he got to the outside and he got a few yards on coverage. It looked like he was trying to go on the inside there. If you notice, he bobbed on the inside and saw that hole had closed, and he bounced on the outside. So great positive yardage on what otherwise would have been a tackle for loss.
Quiros always likes to try to find that edge. He wants to use his speed on the outside. So you'll continue to try to do that throughout the game. Torres now again in the backfield. Quiros sends his man in motion. Here comes a snap. Fake reverse. Looks downfield to pass. Lets it fly. Receiver open. just overthrown or underthrown, if you will.
Yeah. You know, he really lucked out on that play. It was underthrown, and the defensive back, number 25 for Brownsville, Hanna, if he'd have looked up in time, he might have picked that off. He was watching the receiver and not the ball.
That's right.
You know, I want to notice something else. Look at those hosses on that defensive line. You got some really big looking guys. Number 99, I'm looking here. The defensive end listed senior 190. If he's 190, I'm 190 because that guy is big. He's got some speed on. Number 61, Luis Ortiz. Now that seems a little more accurate. 350.
Yeah, I would say that's about right.
I think he can fill the slot. I think if the Texans are needing another nose tackle with J.J. Watt out for the season, this guy might be able to fill in that gap.
And he can move too. And he's doing a great job anchoring that center of that defensive line there. And what's going to happen with that, Wayne, is that it's going to cause them to bounce it outside. And so it puts the pressure on the safeties and linebackers, even the cornerbacks, to really contain. And so you got to see that there with Quiroz. He would try to go inside. He was blocked inside. He had to go outside. But just a great job there by the secondary that was able to contain that offense.
So, Aaron, what do you think we're going to see for the next 2 minutes?
I think South's not going to change their game plan.
Just run.
They're going to try to keep running. You may see some mid-level passing. They went downfield one time. I don't think you'll see that for a little while.
No, I think they did that to try to pull back a little bit of those linebackers, let them kind of look for that rollout or look for those mid-range passes. But, right now they're only playing one linebacker close.
Here we go. Torres releases it. That's going to be a first down catch, number 15. That's Derek Delgado. Great pick up there, first down for the Hawks.
Right there, he knew exactly what he needed for the first down. Number 15 picked up that first down. Delgado, all he needed was to get past that marker. So he went to the right position, turned over his shoulder, and there it was.
Here we go. Torres, no huddle. And that's going to be a flag on the play there. I think that's going against the offense. Don't think they got set.
Sometimes you want to hurry that play up. You want to get that. You get that first down. You want to go and put pressure and have them lean it back on their heels, but you got to make sure you're set.
So I will go against the Hawks. 5-yard mark off. Step off, I should say. Should end up here with a 1st and 15, I believe. South Hawks, kind of at that spot where they would have been had it not been that penalty on the punt.
And so what did they do? They ran some clock.
Right, they did. So it's going to be offsetting here. I like the detail in that call. He says we got a legal substitution. We got 5 players.
5 players. It's like the 4 inches earlier.
Mr. Scott, man, he's on it tonight. I like that. That detailed description.
You know what? But you hate to be that one guy, the one guy that does the false start. So you know what? Make 5 of them run, Coach.
That's right. You're gonna have 5. We're gonna run an extra lap tomorrow.
That's right.
All right, 2:07 and ticking. Ball stays right where it was. 1st and 10. Handoff now. Quiroz trying to find space in that middle. Finds about 3 yards or so.
Again, it's the motion in the backfield. It's keeping the defensive line a little bit on their heels, not sure where they're going with that run, but right up the middle again.
It'll be 2nd down, about 7 for the Hawks.
They keep threatening that sweep, but it's not happened yet. I think once or twice. Yeah,
great containment of the defense. They're not letting them get outside. Here we go. Torres, man in motion now. 2nd down and 7. Wants to pass downfield. Here he goes. Steps up in the pocket. Lets it fly. That's going to be way overthrown. Underthrown, overthrown. Incomplete pass.
When you got a young quarterback like that, he's going to have his challenges.
Sure.
He's still got to find his adjustments for game speed, knowing, when you're practicing out there and you've got your receivers and their step, but when it's game time, when it's time, you're second guessing every little micro muscle to make sure you get that ball where it needs to be. So he'll learn. He's got a good arm. I mean, that's something we've seen already.
And the confidence to go downfield. He's not afraid to let her fly. Notice now that young quarterback steps. Here comes the pressure. Lets it fly though, and now he overthrows his receiver. Takes a big hit on that one.
He took a big hit, and we saw him lining up. They were bringing the heat on that play. They're trying to mix up this young quarterback, giving him multiple options, multiple looks, and he's, so far he's been pretty good to escape the big hit. But
here goes another free play.
Free play.
Lets it fly downfield, way overthrown that time though.
Pass is incomplete.
So that's going to make it a 4th and 2 with a 5-yard penalty. He just gets excited. He just lets it fly. Boom. He's got an arm.
Yeah.
He's got a great arm.
One of those things that's going to happen with confidence as he plays more, he's going to see that, and he's not going to be so quick to let it go. He had time. It was a free play. Give it another second or two before you make a decision on that ball.
Here goes Torres now. Going to look to the sideline for the play. Kind of that little pause. They get to the line of scrimmage. They kind of look up, get the play, go back down. Kind of frustrating for the defense. Keeps them off balance too. Torres now waiting for the snap. Looks downfield, wants to pass. Lets it fly. Nice pick up there. That's a first down and more.
Right in the middle of the field.
7-yard pickup or so for Bennett, I believe.
That tight end has been right there catching that ball. I think he's been targeted 3 times so far in the game. We don't have a stats guy with us, but I think it's about his 3rd target, and he's 3 for 3 on completions with that the early touchdown as well. Wasn't that Bennett?
That's right. Yes, it was.
All right.
Sprinting to the corner of the end zone. And I really want to find out, is that Bennett's younger brother, man? That's what I want to know. That's my big question. Brandon Bennett's younger brother. If it is, man, that family is blessed with some skills. Downfield, Torres looks, wants to pass, lets it fly. In and out of the hands of Bennett.
What happens? That always happens. You brag on a guy and he lets it go right off the fingertips. But he's been a great target all day, and I expect we're going to see it the rest of the night. Number 88 getting targeted, but he is going to go take a breather.
Yeah, he's a sophomore as well. Lots of young players on this Harlingen South football team. We also saw some young players on the Hanna side as well. Here we go. David Torres, a sophomore quarterback. Rolls to his right, wants to pass, lets it fly, connects, receiver, nice move. First down a little bit more for number 1, Jaime Belmontes.
He made the defender miss on his first move. You see here on the replay, he came back to the ball. It's a good thing. One of the things you need to look for in a receiver is make sure he comes back to the ball. If he would have waited and let the ball come to him, that could have been a pick 6.
1st and 10 ball on the 15-yard line. Probably will be the last play of the first quarter. Handoff, Quiroz, right-hand side, nice moves. Looks like he's going to have a first down, a little bit more. 11-yard pickup for Quiroz.
He's not a big guy, but he was moving the pile right there.
First down, Hawks on the stop, number 30.
They're getting to the line quick.
Here we go. Handoff, Quiroz up the middle. About 2-yard pickup for the running back.
That was a good shoestring tackle by number 40 on defense, saving a sure touchdown.
End of the first quarter, 7-0 is your score here from Bogus Stadium, Harlingen South. I would say they've had about 95% of the time in the first quarter, just marching the ball down the field. Great look for Harlingen South tonight, just coming out running the ball. You talked about the keys; they're doing it right now.
Well, and you expect Brownsville Hanna. There's a reason they're 4-1. They're not going anywhere, and they're going to put their second. They're getting ready to bring it on this next quarter. So we'll see how the Hawks can hold up. The Hawks desperately, I believe, need a touchdown right here to take control of this game. If they can get a touchdown here, go 14-0. They continue with clock control.
Right.
They're going to have a great chance to win this game.
Well, we talked briefly before the game, about Bird Bowl a couple weeks ago and how South actually won the second half of that game. And so they've kind of shown to be a little bit of a second half team. And so they can get an early lead, hold it through halftime. Of course, South Hawks has some hope in that. Of course, Brownsville Hanna says, hey, if we can throw the ball, we can come back fast. So hold on now.
Oh, yeah. It won't take but 30 seconds for Brownsville Hanna connects.
So good game here. Beautiful night for some football. District play in Harlingen, Texas. David Torres now calling the play at the line, gets back in that pistol formation, now shifts it back in a shotgun. Quiroz at his left-hand side, sends his man in motion now, gets a snap, handoff. Quiroz up the middle, dives in.
He's
touchdown
in.
Hawks. Quiroz diving over the line of scrimmage into the end zone. And the Hawks on the board again.
This little man, he is not afraid to get hit. He will go right into up the middle. Not afraid of those bruisers on the defensive line. You look at him and you think this is a guy that's going to bounce on the outside.
Right.
But that's another play we've seen him go right up the middle.
Kind of losing out, they say early in the season, he was that in between the tackles type runner, and so Quiros was kind of that switch up back where you kind of come in, throw a toss on the outside, get the edge, make a big play. But now he's having to do it all. He's having to go in between the tackles and around the tackles. He just showed you, like you said, he's not afraid to go between the tackles. Paid off big there, touchdown, 13-0, extra point attempt is up, and it is good, 14-0 Hawks.
The Hawks, again, it looks like a pretty good lead. No one here in the stands is upset with a 14-point lead with just a little under 12 minutes to go in the quarter, in the half. But, again, the Eagles are just a few plays away of making this a ball game.
Anytime you have a passing attack that can get down the field, score quickly, you have to be cautious of that. Of course, South Hawks, so first drive out, they were able to stifle Hanna quickly. And so Hanna, of course, down 14-0, just starting the second quarter. Folks, thanks for joining us this live broadcast. Audio only. UL does not permit us to show live video on Friday nights. So therefore, we're bringing this live audio. Aaron Sines, Wayne Lowry in the booth, KHGN, bringing you this broadcast on this beautiful Friday Night Lights football.
I'd like to see what head coach Mark Guess is going to do for the Hawks, for the Eagles on this next round. We got to see what the Hawks could do on defense. They were there reading the screens. They were there reading the option play. And let's see what he does to mix it up this offensive possession.
Number 9, Christopher Gunner.
All right, back deep to receive for Hanna. Trying to get that number. Looks like a number 2. And that is going to be Matthew Garcia. It's going to be short again. Fair catch called at the 25-yard line. Little pooch kick. Fair caught at the 25. So here comes Hanna.
The last thing the Hawks want to do is to go spend all that time working down the field, kick it off, and have the special team score a touchdown on them. So there's some method to this madness. They want to make sure their defense is set on the field, and they're not going to give the special teams of Brownsville the opportunity to get a good return.
Yeah, and that's when you watch film and you say, but don't kick it at number 2. Don't kick it back there, because he's got the opportunity to take it all the way. And so definitely some coaching involved in that. So here we go. 1st and 10 now for Brownsville Hanna. Ball on the 25-yard line. Just started the second quarter, and they're down by 14. And so number 3, Victor Campos, in that shotgun spread offense. Handoff, running back up the middle, met quickly.
The Hawks there were set up obviously to defend the pass, yet there was the running play, and they were there to stop them for a very short gain. What is that, a 1-yard gain?
Yeah, I think I gave him 1. Cesar Mancias. 2nd and 9 now for the Eagles. Spread offense again. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 running back.
Watch that slot on the right side.
Handoff now up the middle, and he's going to be hit hard. About a 3-yard pickup for the running back. That is Mancias.
I expect they are setting up for number 12 on this play. You see that right side? They've got 3 receivers. Oh, there goes the DB, number 20, in position. But number 12, depending on what they're going to do on the right side, it looks like the safety is going to be covering him, which gives them the safety's pulled back. Let's see.
Here we go. Campos looks downfield, wants to pass. Connects with his receiver. Nice move to the inside. He'll be tackled quickly. They'll gain him about 2 yards. Nice play by the defender.
There he is, number 12, like we called it. It looks like they're playing off of 12. Now, this is not the play I expected. I expected him to cut on the inside. But instead, he came back, circled in the backfield, made the catch, brought it forward about 3 or 4 yards after the catch.
4th down.
This is a different offense than we saw in the first possession.
Yes.
They are definitely mixing up with the run game and the short pass. We'll see what they do as far as spreading it out.
Number 2, Matthew Garcia to punt. He was also the kick returner back there that they're keeping it away from. End over end punt. This will be fielded about the 30-yard line. It's muffed. It's on the ground. Free ball. Picks it up, though. Here comes the white jerseys down at the 25-yard line. Right there, the kicking team got it back. Looks like we got an injury on the field. A player down, rather, for Brownsville Hanna. We see Brownsville Hanna taking a knee at this time. Concerned about their teammate.
3, you're still on 3.
Let's talk a little bit more about Harlingen South's offense tonight. They've just been efficient. They've been consistent, nothing flashy. You know, they've tried to stretch the field a couple of times, have not been successful, but just that running game up the middle in between the tackles and that kind of short to medium passes have been the key for them, and really they've been unstoppable in their first 2 drives.
You know, in Brownsville, Hanna, on that last possession, they changed it up, they mixed it up, but they kind of went away from their game.
Right.
I kept thinking, okay, they're going to do this to set up the long pass, but they never did. So the Hawks have a real opportunity to drain the clock, and if they play this right and they get some first downs, we're talking about maybe 2-3 minutes left for Brownsville to try to score into the half.
That's right. They took about 95% of the first quarter, and so the Hawks will try to do it again. Here we go. Shotgun formation now, spread out, wants to pass. He looks Torres. Oh, that's Quiroz out of the backfield. Flag on the play, though. Incomplete pass.
Let's see who they call on this. It's kind of hard to tell. There was definitely some contact on the tight end, but I'm not sure if that was a block, an illegal block, or if that was a holding. Yep.
Okay. First down for the Hawks, and they've got a couple of penalties in their favor tonight that has helped them advance the ball when they've gotten some tight spaces. So again, playing disciplined ball, and Hanna's suffering with some penalties.
You know, that's one of those calls that it's kind of tough for the ref to call, because you've got a player who's an eligible receiver, but you know, the ball went to another receiver. Was he really there for the catch or there for the block? I mean, it could have easily been called offensive holding there as well.
Rolling out to his right, it's going to pass, incomplete pass just ahead of his receiver there. And Torres getting a little bit antsy in the backfield.
You know, we saw there again Bennett, who has been in almost every play. Number 88, the tight end. Right now he's been playing a little bit of receiver, a little bit of tight end in the slot. There, he's been matched up by number 25 on defense. And, you know, we're talking about a guy that's $150 going to get a much taller, stronger receiver, yet he's been holding his ground. He's been pressing, and it's fun to watch. 2nd and 10
now for the Hawks. Snap, handoff, Quiroz up the middle.
Oh, wow, what a defensive play.
This time, nothing there.
You know, right there, they brought, number 2 brought the heat, came around the corner, and tackled for loss.
No huddle now. Torres in that shotgun formation. Sends Bennett out to the slot receiver right. Here you go, free play again, offsides on the defense. And again, he just jumps it, throws the ball over the receiver's head. Perfect opportunity for the free play downfield.
You know, we really need... All right, so we got a defensive offside, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. But like you were saying, you know, he had a perfect opportunity for a free play to pick up some major yardage, but he's getting the ball out too quick. He needs to understand, and that's part of the maturing in that position, to understand the situation, know when you can hold on to the ball. If you have to, just throw it to the ground. The play is dead. Oh, look at that speed. Wow, there's the Brownsville defense we were expecting to see all night. Talk about bringing the heat from all directions.
4th down coming up for the Hawks. Expect the punt unit to be on the field. Now they're going to stay with Torres. They're going for it on 4th down and 7. Torres going to go for that hard count, try to draw him off sides. Looks to the sideline now, wants to play. Number 32 is in the backfield. Sebastian Garrett.
I'm curious the thought process here. Why not pin him back, let your defense run down the clock? Oh, it's up. Okay. So it's a punt after all.
David Torres drops back into the punt position and just goes quick punt on it. Ball down about the 23, 24-yard line. So Hanna will take possession with 8:42 left to go in the first half. It is 14-0, and the Hawks lead here at Bogus.
Now, Aaron, have you seen the Hawks play that, do that this year?
No, first time. First time I've seen them run that quick punt.
I wonder if that's one of those option plays that, depending on the formation, if they were going to potentially pass it, if they would have went back for a punt, or if they were going to punt all the way.
Yeah, it probably could be an option play. I think they were trying to get them, since they've already been jumping off sides, I think they were going to try to go for that hard count, get them in that offside, that way hopefully advance the ball, but didn't fall for it, so drop back into quick punt. Here goes Hanna now. Campos, pass it out to receiver on the edge now, catches it. He gets some good yardage there, but a nice 7-yard pickup.
Oh, and we've got a flag on the field after breaking 2 tackles. Number 9 breaks 2 tackles before a flag is thrown on the field. He was hit right on the line, possibly outside once he was out of bounds. We'll see what the call in the field is.
This will go against Hanna.
No,
I'm sorry, against South Hawks. I'm sorry.
Yep.
So late hit. They're going to call that a late hit.
You know, that's another one of those hard calls to make, because, you know, when you got a player who's fighting and struggling, even though he's near the sideline, you know, he wasn't going down, he wasn't giving up, and he wasn't walking out. It's hard to let up sometimes on defense, but you got to watch that player and you got to see what he's doing. Oh, it's a free play here for Hanna.
1st and 10 now, and they're going to get the jump on that one. So free play there for Campos, and he almost hits home on that one, but incomplete pass.
You know, there was a little bit more maturity there, although he's also a sophomore listed at 225. He's a big guy. He's a big quarterback there, about 6 foot it looks like. And he knew to hold on to the ball to the last second. He threw it up there, and it was almost a great pickup. But it was a free play.
5-yard penalty, 1st and 5 now for Hanna. After that free play now, it's going to spread it out a little bit. Campos looking to the sideline, wants that play. 8:30 left to go in the first half, 14-0. Hanna is down, trying to make something happen desperately. Campos, man in motion now.
Watch the receiver on the inside.
Handoff, gets to the edge, trying to find a space on the outside. Great containment by the defense.
Nothing there. You know, they've used number 12 in a couple different ways. Here he's sweeping across on the handoff, but he's been tossed to in the backfield. He's been passed to on the, you know, in the slot. You know, they're kind of moving him around. He's one of those utility players that appears that can play multiple positions. They just want to get the ball in his hand and see if he can put and get to work.
Campos shotgun formation now. Wants to pass, hooks up with his receiver. Little bubble screen there. Nice pickup. He's going to mark him right out of bounds after about only a yard. Looked like he had more, but stepped out of bounds early.
You know, that's one of the things you got to be aware of where you are in the field. It was a great opportunity to pick up some major yards, but all it takes is a toe on the white line, and there you are, out of bounds.
3rd down and 5. Clock stop now with that out of bounds. Hanna just not able to get that offense going in the first half. Lots of credit to South Hawk defense for stifling that offense. And these cornerbacks are giving some cushion to the receivers, but they're just really playing great contain. Here we go, handoff now. Nowhere to run on the inside.
Wow. Again, you know, it's not what we saw in that first possession. Another Hanna player down. We see the Hawks taking a knee out of respect for the opposing team.
And it seems like the other couple guys that went down were able to get up quickly, get off the field on their own power. Don't know if it's cramping or whatever the case may be. You know, we had a beautiful cool weather earlier this week, and all of a sudden 96 degrees again today. Yeah. So, you know, it affects your body. If you're not hydrated, you know, it starts to cool off. You don't drink as much water, and then, man, here, Friday Night Lights, here it comes. So hopefully that's all it is, some cramping dealt with there, but they're attending to the player on the field. 14-0.
You know, this is really going to be probably the play of the half right here. We've got a 3rd down and 6 to go. Is that 4th down?
I think we're going to go 4th down.
I think it is, yeah. Never mind. That's 4th down. So now we've got the Hawks receiving the ball, potentially on a punt. A little over 7 minutes ago. Just like we said at 10 minutes, you know, they just got to run the ball, run the clock off, get into the half with a 14-point lead. If they can tack on 3 or tack on another touchdown, it'll be gravy. But right now it's about clock management and ball control, and the Hawks have been taking care of that.
Big play here for Campos, sophomore quarterback. These are the plays that kind of start to develop a young player. 4th down, trying to make something happen here. Clock's running, 7:38 now. 6 yards to go to keep the drive alive. He's going to drop back. Look at that. There's a quick punt formation again, and he's going to just do a quick rugby-style kick there. So now we see it from both sides.
All the way back.
Sign him up. Great punt there for the quarterback.
Yeah, all the way down to the 7-yard line for the Hawks. They're going to have the length of the field if they want to add any points. But, you know, if the game is clock management, that gives them more time, more first downs. You know, that's not necessarily a negative thing for the Hawks.
Harlingen High 3.
The way they've been playing tonight, the way they've been running the football, they could take 7:20 off the clock without any issue and possibly put another 7 points on the board. So somehow Hanna's not been able to figure out how to kind of stop this really good mix of the running the ball mostly, but then these little short and intermediate pass routes.
I'll be interested to see if the Hawks even pass the ball. If they're just going to run the clock and punt it, because like we say, you know, they've been able to run the ball effectively. They need clock management. Brownsville Hanna, you know, they're one pick six away from turning this game around, so it's going to be short passes.
Here goes Torres, and he's going to pass right out of the backfield there.
Nice yardage.
Nice flat pass.
Cortez there with the reception.
Yard line before being stopped by number 44, Juan Aleman for the Eagles.
I think if we're going to see any passes, it's going to be those short passes. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of risk in that pass.
Second down and about 5 to go now. There's like a short 5 there. Looks just inside that 5-yard mark. Quiros in the backfield. Torres going to wait for the snap now. He sends a wide receiver in motion. They've been running this kind of reverse fake all night. Oh, Quiros gets it this time. Bounces back to the inside. He's got space around 30 out to the 34-yard line. And that's a nice pickup by Quiros.
You know, that was, again, you know, he has that option. He can bounce it on the outside or bounce on the inside. Earlier in the game, we saw the exact same play, but the inside covered up, and he had to bounce it out for a 3-yard gain. Here, he was able to go inside and get some significant yardage.
Hand off quickly, no huddle. Quiros, I'm sorry, that's not Quiros, that's Sebastian Garrett. Out to the 50, 45, 40 now, down to the 35. One person to beat, cannot, down to the 29-yard line. Beautiful pickup there by Sebastian Garrett.
What a fantastic run. You know, this is the guy that you expect to be in for the bruising, but he was outrunning those DBs, trying to chase them down. Looks like we had another Brownsville Hanna player down on the sideline. I didn't see what happened there.
He's on the tackle there at the edge there. And just, man, it just seems like every few plays there's a Hanna player down right now. Unfortunate for them. And Harlingen South is saying, man, we're rolling right now. And you got to feel good about that offense. And they're just doing it by running the ball in between the tackles. You know, got the little bounce out, but they're kind of starting their first angles right inside the tackle, and then they'll bounce it out. And it's hard to stop right now. You know, this program, year 2 under Coach Ritchie, he brings a state champion assistant coach, right? He brings a new system in, and I've been saying, you know, it's going to take a couple of years, but that system will start to get integrated. Players will buy into it. He's got some young players out here that are learning his system, sophomores and juniors. This is a team to watch out for.
You know, when it comes to the Hawks, like you say, it's tough sometimes. They're...
You know, Torres looking, he's going to be... Yeah, scrambles, gets rid of it. Go ahead, Wayne.
You know, that was the first situation we saw where the quarterback really had nowhere to go there. But back on the Hawks, you know, the Hawks have, you know, they're the newer school, the two schools. The Cardinals have such a long history and great fan base. But, you know, the Hawks have some good fans as well, and they like to support their team, and they want to see their team succeed.
Here we go on this 2nd and 10, rolling into his right. Torres wants to let it fly. Incomplete pass, just over.
So right there, the defense really blitzed. If you notice, they came at him in all directions. He had to roll out. Great pickup on the offensive line to see those blitzers and to protect the quarterback on that play. Yes, he got rid of it, but it could have been a huge tackle for loss.
It's 3rd down now. Torres looking to the sideline for the play.
Still plenty of time on the play clock.
Jaime Belmont is here on the outside. That single man coverage, man to man. He's gonna shorten up the field here a little bit, suck it up. Torres now ready for that snap. Looks to the side. It's gonna be option. Kicks it out. Quiros right hand side. Lots of white jerseys. Nowhere to go.
You know, I like the play there because it was a conservative play. You're down on that side of the field. You're just trying to run the clock and get some. But you know, you gotta have to second guess a little bit on the 2 previous plays. Why are the Hawks passing the ball when they need to run the clock out?
Right. 5:32. Speaking of, and they've had it for the majority of the time in the first half.
Well, they're set up here. Where are they? Looks like they're going to go for it. Nope.
Timeout. Weird formation there. Kind of looked like victory formation. Odd. Or goal line. I don't know what that was, but
you know, they stacked the line, but you know, who called the timeout there? Did you catch that?
The Southhawks did.
You know, there was 13 seconds left on. There was 13 seconds left on the play clock. There's 5:22 left in the quarter. You run that down to 0, don't you?
Yeah.
You run it down to 1 and call a timeout.
Sure.
So I wonder if there was just some miscommunication on the field, and coach said, you know, we're gonna have to make this play a little different before we can move forward.
Yeah. Also, I think there was an issue. I see them counting players, and so they said, "Oh man, we have, we don't want to get an illegal substitution or too many on the field, so it's just better to take that time out now, get it all set." Hanna has all 3 left. Hawks have only 1 now. (14-0) Hawks lead here. 5:22 left to go in the first half, and it looks like we're going to set up for a field goal. And this is going to be a 42-yard attempt, which is long for high school football field goal kickers. He goes the kick, and it's up. It has a distance, and is it good?
No.
No good.
Just wide left. But, you know, he had the distance, so you know the guy can get it. But, again, you know, some of the plays right there you look at, you watch, and you say, well, of course the coach is going to go back and he's going to watch this, and he's going to say, what could the Hawks have done differently in this play to drain off more clock, to run the clock down, and also possibly put some points on the board? But you got to be happy. You know, you're leading 14. Hawks are leading 14-0. Brownsville Hanna hasn't done much to instill the fear that you would expect with their 2-0 district record and their 4-1 record overall. But now Hanna's got the ball with 5 minutes to go. They can score this high-powered offense, and it looks like they're set up on the spread offense again.
Here we go.
Watch the inside slot receiver.
I think that's good. Different quarterback? Is he? Yeah, it is.
Nope.
And he's going to keep it on this one, number 15. And he's got about a 20-yard pickup on that.
You know, there was a huge hole on that side of the field. I said to watch the slot receiver because there was no coverage over there, and that receiver just became a blocker and gave him another 10 yards on the run.
Number 15, Justin Martinez, the senior quarterback, is in now. And number 3, Victor Campos on the sideline. Got some wheels. 1st and 10 now, ball on the 46, 4:50 left to go in the first half. Hanna down 14-0. Sends a man in motion now. Is going to keep it up the middle. And again, about 3 yards to number 15.
I think we know what his play is. His play is to keep the ball and run. Although now he's shooken up.
He's on the ground.
We have another.
Wow. They get a little life, you know, with number 15 coming on the field, and then 2 plays later, oh, he's up on his feet now coming out. He'll have to come out for 1 play.
Yep. Looks like number 3 is coming back into the game.
Victor Campos, number 3, started the game. He's back on the field now. And he'll line up. Receiver kind of trying to get to the hustling to the line over there. And he's going to hand it off here, running back to the right-hand side. Space on the outside. First down and more, now down to the 35-30.
Wow.
Rumbling down to the 26. Great pickup there.
Wow.
For the Hanna running back.
You know, right there, that was a little bit of a Bo Jackson move. If you noticed, he had someone grab his foot. He said, no, I'm going to keep that foot, and I'm going to keep running. He high-stepped it, and he kept running. What a pickup. Just like that, Hanna is knocking on the door at the 25-yard line.
So that's Cesar Mancias on that pickup. 1st and 10 now. And here goes Hanna. They're saying we can roll the ball too. Down 14-0, 4:11 left to go in the first half.
Basically, they've only run about a minute off the clock, and there they go from picking up, 40, 50 yards?
Here we go. Handoff now, and that's going to be Mancias again. Left-hand side, he's going to break this one out to the 10, the 5. He's got the corner of the end zone. Touchdown. Hanna Eagles. Mancias with a tough run there.
You know, this is the offense we expected to see all night. Number 24 is showing his power. Looked like a little Bo Jackson on the play before. Here, he's going to tuck the shoulder. He gets, again, someone grabbed his foot. He said, I'm going to keep it with him. Thank you very much. Diving in head first with the touchdown.
Beautiful run by Mancias there. 14-6, waiting for that extra point.
Again, clock management's the key.
Snap is good. Placement's good. Kick is up. And it's good.
It's good.
Cut in half now that Hawk lead with a pretty quick drive there by Hanna Eagles. So the number 15 comes out quickly, runs 2 plays, shows his feet, bring back number 3. Campos is back. Now they march it down with Mancias. Quick score there for Hanna Eagles.
You know, again, the Hawks, it's going to take 6-7 minutes to score a touchdown. It takes Hanna a minute and a half. So the Hawks are going to have to really take notice of that, keep control of the ball, and play some strong defense if they expect to hold on to their 7-point lead. Because, hey, there's just 4 minutes left in the half. And that last play, the Hawks did not get the yardage that they needed. And they didn't run the clock they needed. So there's a good chance Brownsville Hanna is going to take, the Eagles are going to take this opportunity to tack on some more points, play some hard defense. If they get the ball back, there's a good chance they can score again. Make it a tied ball game going into the half.
And don't forget, Hanna Eagles will get the ball to start the second half as well. And so they definitely want to pick up some momentum before this half is over. South Hawks, they've got something to say about that first. So number 3 back to receive, that's Corbin Hendrick, the sophomore. Along with number 36, I believe that is Brennan Mesa.
Deep kick into the end zone.
He's going to bring it out.
He's taking it out. He's not going to get far.
On the reserve, number 3, Corbin Hendrick. Down to about the 12-yard line.
Do not let that ball roll out of bounds.
On the stop, number 12.
He would have had better field position. But, you know, I think sometimes you get the idea like I can do it better, you know. And anything you can do, I can do better. Watch this. And that time, if he would have had the touchback, you know, he would have given him an extra, I don't know, 12 yards there or so. So definitely kind of hurt bringing that ball out. Here you go, David Torres now taking the field. Quiros in the backfield again. 88, the slot receiver, has been very active tonight. Brady Bennett, you know, get over the top of that defense and just snag some high passes. So watch him on this drive. But they're going to start off with Quiros. Right-hand side, nothing there.
You know, they were overloaded there on the quarterback's left side, and they ran right over and saw right away the handoff and hit him hard for a tackle for loss. But you know, the clock's running. We're down to 3.5 minutes. They can run it down to 3 minutes before they have to.
They're not in any rush, Wayne. They're just taking their time. You know, I think they figure if we can go with a 14-7 lead, we're okay. They just don't want Hanna to score again, so they need that first down. Here we go. Second down and 10. Quiros up the middle. He stood up quickly. Nothing there.
But they got another 40 seconds. They can run off the clock, and they're going to run it down to the very last second.
On the stop, number 6.
I wonder if we're going to see Garrett on any of these plays.
We had that big one last time there about this field position. Took it out across midfield, and so he's not just a bruiser. He can run after contact, really, is what happened. Here we go, third down on 10. Can look to pass. Torres, here comes the pressure. Let's go. There's Bennett. Catches it short of the first down marker.
You know, that's one of those situations you got to know where the first down marker is. When he cut across on the 20, you know, if he would have just gone about to the 22 and cut across, are they going for it? No, they're going to.
Yeah, it's fourth down. They're going to go to that hard count, and I bet they're going to go to that quick punt. Torres looks to the sideline. What do I do, coach?
You let the clock run.
4th and 1 and timeout.
I think we got timeout.
Yeah, Hanna says, hey, we got 2:13. We can do something with that time.
Yep.
And so they take their first time out of the half.
Yeah, Hanna has 2 more timeouts after this, so you can expect that they're going to get the ball, and they're going to try to, you know, when you're passing the play and it's an incomplete pass, the clock stops. Yep. You get out of bounds, the clock stops. So those 2 minutes and 13 seconds can be 7-8 minutes if you play it right.
So Harlingen South down to 1 timeout. Hanna, 2. So, you know, they've got 2:13. Considering, you know, assuming it's going to be a punt, they're going to get some good field position. See who's coming out for quarterback is what I want to know next for Hanna. But there's still time to put something on the board, and they get the ball back in the second half.
Well, they had about, 2 minutes?
Yep.
The last time they scored. So it doesn't take them long to score. So the Hawks here need to get a first down if they want to hold on to that lead, to guarantee themselves to hold on to that lead going into the half.
4th down and 1. And Torres is in the backfield along with Quiros. Saw him do that quick punt last time.
Do you think they're setting it up for a pass, or do you think it's going to be another?
He's not lined up in punt position, that's for sure. Hard count coming for sure. Sends a man in motion now. I think they're going to go for this. Here he goes. He's trying to get it. And he connects with his receiver. He's going to cat first down.
Oh, wow.
They win for it, and they got it.
Fantastic catch there by number 15, Delgado. You know, that ball was right there on the turf, and he reached down and grabbed it. You know, that's a pro play right there. You got to put your arms down. You know, that ball hits the ground first, forget it. It's an incomplete pass.
So Torres and company now going to hand off to his receiver on the edge.
He's got some room.
Here he comes following his blocker, Quiros, upfield, out to about the 41-yard line. Nice 6-yard pickup. Keep the ball running, keep the clock going.
You know, something he's going to have to watch right there is he held the ball a little bit out from his body. You got to hold that and tuck that ball in. You can see the defensive back looking to slap at it.
Second down, and looks like about 3. Hand off Quiros, right-hand side, up the middle.
Again, no fear, right up the middle.
He will have the first down.
First down. On the stop, number 61.
First down, Hawks. Time keeps ticking. The ball keeps moving. No huddle.
At what point do the Hawks say, you know what, we might can tack on some points here?
Here goes Torres downfield. That's a pass. There's Bennett, and that's a first down catch. 12-yard pickup.
Bennett has been solid gold this game. I think we have one. I think he had one tipped missed catch. The rest he has been hands of gold.
Here goes Torres all rolling the outside. Belmontes drops it.
You know, right there, he was ready to make the turn before he had the ball in his hand. You got to secure the catch. You got to pull it into your body because you don't know. You know, you catch the ball and you try to turn. Your head's on a swivel because you're thinking, I'm hearing footsteps behind me. I don't want to get plowed. But you got to hold on to the ball before you make your move. Now they're letting the play clock go, but it's not affecting the game clock.
Incomplete pass stops the clock. 1:09 left to go. 14-7 is your score here. Southhawks, here comes a blitz. Torres looking downfield, and he's hit. Is it a fumble? They're going to say yes, it is. Hanna ball down to the 30-25. One man a beat. 15-yard line. Pushed out of bounds at the 10. Wow.
You know this isn't the pros. You don't get to throw a challenge flag, but it looks like his arm's going forward.
Wow.
Yeah. But you know that again, this isn't the pros. You don't have a challenge flag. You don't have an opportunity to change that over. And the game's played fast. And those kind of calls, you just can't put that decision in the hands of the officiating crew. You just got to do your part to protect the ball. Again, that was about ball control, and now the Eagles have a chance to tie this game with 58 seconds to go.
You know, South was just trying to run the clock out. Then they started moving the ball and said, hey, we could score on this one. And just when they started going in that new momentum, that was a huge play there for Hanna. And they can put something on the board here. 58 seconds left to go. They have 2 timeouts remaining, down 14-7. So they got a real chance right here.
I expect, number 24 on Mancias. There he is.
There he is up the middle.
It takes 4 or 5 people to tackle him. And it's, oh my word, he almost broke all 4 of those tackles.
He almost got loose there.
On the stop, number 53.
This kid's got some power for a little guy, man. He is not playing like a little guy. He's got some power.
So we do have Victor Campos, number 3, in at quarterback. He went out briefly, came back in, led the scoring drive. Here he goes again. Drops back, lets it fly, corner of the end zone. Incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. It'll be third down. Eagle.
Oh, Hanna player is down.
We have a player down on the field. Player down.
It's unfortunate for Hanna, just to continually rack up these injuries. Looks like he's popped up already. So a lot of these injuries are down and they're up, and so good thing for them. Mr. Andy Scott, let's play some football. Here we go. 25 seconds left to go. Ball on the 12-yard line. Here we go. Campos setting up their shotgun formation. Mancias in the backfield along with him. Sends a slot receiver in motion. Rolls right. Wants to pass. End zone. Touchdown. Hanna.
Just like that, a brand new game. It looked like earlier that the Hawks had control of this game, but Hanna did what they've been doing all year, and that is scoring touchdowns. And now we have a brand new game. It's 14-13. We're one extra point away from a tied ball game.
Number 84, Orlando Ramirez, the senior receiver, just cutting across on a slant route. He had great position on that cornerback, and just Campos put it in the right exact spot. Beautiful touchdown. The big play there was a fumble, though. The big play was a fumble. Hanna was able to take it down, get into that red zone, and then they're able to punch it in. So 14-14 game now, as the extra point is good with 20 seconds remaining. What a change here from one quarter to the next.
You know, you feel like, okay, we're going to go into half with the lead. You got to think that the Hawks are reeling right now. They put so much effort in to score a touchdown, and then just moments can change the game. Just a few moments can you know, it doesn't matter how much time. You know, you don't get scored on how many minutes you run the clock. You don't get scored on how many yards you run. How many you get scored on by the points.
Yep.
And 14-14 means that they're tied. That means that they're even, and all the hard work that the Hawks put in on this game is a wash. And we're going to start a brand new game in the second half. That is, unless the Hawks do something miraculous in the next 20 seconds.
I said they're going to try to let that clock run down, get into halftime, figure out what's going on, and then come out with another game plan, especially on defense. As the Hanna Eagles, have been able to find something to work against those Hawks, getting that ball moving. But big play was that fumble. Or you're going to come back at the end of the game and look at that fumble as a key play for the Eagles. Nice kickoff here. This will be returned. No, it will not. This time he decides to leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Well, we got 20 seconds. Is there anything besides taking the knee right here?
No, I think you take the knee. I think you go to the locker room, and I think you game plan. You come back out second half, and it truly is a 0-0 ball game. The only thing is you got to come out of your Hawks on defense because the Eagles get the ball. Yeah, I think he's gonna just take that snap down there, back there. Maybe run around for a little bit, kneel it.
Well, I think number 8's going to catch it down low, and that's our backup. That's in case the ball falls down. Yep, there's. What do we got there? I guess there was a knee. That was quick.
That's it.
All right. Quick. All right.
So first half coverage here. 14-14 is your score. Tie ball game. Looking forward to the second half. We're going to take about a 28-minute break. Come back. Hanna Eagles will get it in the second half. Going to be exciting game. Stay with us. Set your timer. Come back in 28 minutes. Aaron Signs, Wayne Lowry in the booth.
Harlingen High School South, UIL academic team, and speech drama debate team. South has a long history of success in academic competitions. The UIL academic team has captured the district championship 22 of the last 25 years with numerous regional and state qualifiers. The speech drama debate team has garnered 17 state championships with numerous national finalists and 1 national champion. We are extremely proud to have these fine students with us tonight. How about a round of applause?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Brownsville Independent School District and Homer Hanna Early College High School proudly begin your halftime entertainment by presenting the greatest dance team in the land, the award-winning Hanna Strutters. Dance coordinator for the Strutters is Vanessa Cortez Escamilla. Strutter Lieutenant, Katrina Ortega. Strutter Lieutenant, Priscilla Viramontes. Co-Captain, Amber Olivares. Captain, Lexi Nelson. Colonel, Michelle Maldonado. Colonel D'Amica Figueroa. The strutter of the week is Biesda Tames. And now the strutters perform their dance routine to Justin Timberlake's cover of September. The Hanna Strutters. And now, let's welcome to the field the Hanna High School Golden Eagle Marching Band. Color Guard officers are Captain Destiny Castillo. Field Lieutenants are Lindsay Garcia and Katia Mata. The Color Guard member of the week is Paola Marquez and Marian Cortinas. The section of the week is the Loading Crew. Band boosters of the week are Jessica Ramirez and Robin Arriola. The Golden Eagle Band is under the field direction of Head Drum Major Marian Cortinas and Assistant Drum Majors Ivan Castro and Diana Cavazos. Tonight, the Golden Eagle Band will perform their 2017 UIL contest show entitled Dream Catchers, an homage to the great Native American people, the original caretakers of the land. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to once again enjoy the talent, the pride, the tradition, the one and only, always imitated, never duplicated, Brownsville's original, the internationally known Hanna Golden Eagle Marching Band. Directors for the Golden Eagle Band are Dennis Ewing, Michael Garcia, Dr. Mindy Pyle, Sam Rodriguez, Jonathan Griffin, and Erica Casanova. We would like to thank Hanna Principal Blanca Lombardi, BISD Superintendent Schools Dr. Esperanza Sendejas, the BISD School Board members, Hanna Cluster Area Assistant Superintendent Terry Alarcon, Fine Arts Administrator Dr. Rebecca Rendon, Supervisor of Instrumental Music Mr. Mike Ramirez, the Oliveira Middle School Band staff, the Bella Middle School Band staff, the always hardworking Hanna Band boosters, and all Golden Eagle Band fans everywhere for your constant support. We'd also like to thank our sponsor, Luke Fruia Motors, Brownsville's Cadillac, Buick, and GMC dealer. We would like to extend best wishes to the Harlingen South Hawk Band for success at Pigskin, and your Golden Eagle Band's next performance will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. at the U.S. Band's Marching Competition to be held in San Antonio at Rutledge Stadium, Converse Judson ISD. Go get 'em, Golden Eagle Band!
Ladies and gentlemen, during halftime, Harlingen South Student Council will be presenting the 2018 Homecoming Court. Our Student Council Vice President, Jesse Alfado, and Student Council Representative, Victor Reno, will be crowning our Homecoming Court.
Are they just going to be sending? I'll just pass.
Harlingen South Student Council would like to present our 2018 Homecoming Court. The sophomore class count is Ethan Gonzalez. Ethan will be escorting Kayla Rogers, our sophomore class countess. The junior class Duke is Isaac Moreno. Isaac will be escorting Lillian Villarreal, our junior class Duchess. The senior class prince is Joshua Delgado. Joshua will be escorting Jamie Ambris, our senior class princess. And now for the moment we have all been waiting for, the introduction of the 2018 Homecoming King and Queen. Harlingen South's 2018 Homecoming King is Brandon Bennett. Brandon will be escorting Anel Rodriguez, Harlingen South 2018 Homecoming Queen. Brandon and Anel will now be crowned as the class of 2018 Homecoming King and Queen of Harlingen South. Ladies and gentlemen, please give all our students a hand and enjoy the rest of the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Marisol Rodriguez, please welcome the 2017-2018 Harlingen South Southern Stars, along with the 2017-2018 Tiny Stars to the field. Thank you for your support, enjoy the show, and go Hawks! hope you enjoyed our Tiny Stars performance. Parents, please pick up your Tiny Star on the south side of the field.
Yeah, I'm good. Where's the French box?
All right, here we go. We're back live here at Bogus Stadium. Thanks for joining us. Live audio broadcast. Aaron Sines, along here with Wayne Lauer. We had a great first half. Wayne, 14-14's the score. Hanna's getting the ball in second half. What do we expect to see from them?
Well, you know, they had that high-powered offense, and once they had a chance, once they figured out the Hawks defense, they were ready to gun. I mean, it didn't take them but 2 minutes to score. So, you know, the Hawks are going to have to keep that defensive intensity up and try to attack the quarterback and show them different looks. But Brownsville Hanna's going to keep bringing that offense, and I expect we're going to see a lot of passing. I expect they're going to go deep early, try to stretch the field, see if they can score quick early points and put the Hawks on their toes.
Definitely, kind of saw a little bit of that momentum shift towards the end of the first half. First quarter, all Hawks. Second quarter, all Hanna. And so, we're going to go back to that fumble, Wayne. That fumble where South was driving down the field, looked like they were going to put some more points. It possibly go to 21-7. Fumble. Hanna comes and scores. That momentum is rolling now. And so, like you said, there's going to have to be Hawks on their heels, trying to keep that score from going back in the Hanna Eagle favor. But 0-0 ball game. It's going to be about adjustments now.
The Hawks put a lot of energy in that first half where it looked like Hanna, their offense really wasn't on the field that much. So let's see how it goes if they receive the ball, if Hanna's going to strike early, and if the Hawks are going to be able to recover and play some tough defense.
So early on, we've seen the kickoffs that the South Hawks have not really kicked to the returners. They've gone short pooch kicks. They've wanted to keep it out of the hands of number 2. That's Matthew Garcia. Here goes the kickoff, and it's going to be a high pooch kick again. That looks like it's going out of bounds.
It's going to go bounds early. It looks like it crossed around the 40, but with the penalty, let's see where they place it.
And I think if I remember correctly, Wayne, they get the option to either have a re-kick with some yards marked off, or they'll just take it, I think, at the 35, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. We'll see. I've been wrong before many times.
Again, this is, high school football, college football, pro football. There's all different nuances and different rules. And that's one of those things that each level they're going to have a different approach or different way they apply those penalties.
That's exactly right. And sometimes I get kind of confused. I used to officiate, UIL, but it's been years, and stuff has even changed since then, the last 10 years. So I can't remember exactly what it was. But either way, it looks like they're going to go ahead and just take the penalty, and they're going to mark it at the 40. So they get the ball at the 40.
Fantastic field position for Brownsville Hanna here. Let's see what they do with the ball. They've got plenty of options with, starting at the middle of the field right there. They can take some risks early. If they do turn it over, it's not the end of the world. They're not deep in their own territory. So let's see what Brownsville does. It looks like they're setting up for their pass attack.
And we see number 3 back, quarterback Victor Campos. And he's got trips left, so that's 3 wide receivers to the left. He's going to pass it. Quick bubble screen out there on the outside. Gets around the corner and pick up about 4 yards.
That play right there looked like he had some extra yards he could have got, but the defense recovered. That bubble pass, it looked good. It looked like he might pick up a full 10 yards on that, but the defense recovered.
All right, 2nd down and 6 now. Had a great field position off that kickoff on that out-of-bounds kick. Oh, they're going to get him offside. So free play, I think. Yeah, there's a flag. He's going to let this one fly. Oh, and just dropped.
That play right there, the DB turned his back. He said, this ball's mine, number 31. He jumped up thinking, I've got an interception right here, and it went right through his hands and almost a reception by the receiver. But like you say, was there a flag on the play?
Yes. Far side of the field. That's going to go against the defense. So they'll get 5 yards. Going to take them right close to that first down marker. I think it's going to be about 2nd and 1. Yep, that's what it's going to be. 2nd and 1 now for the Hanna Eagles. So that was a free play, basically. Lots of those tonight. I think 3 or 4. All right, Campos waiting for the play from the sideline. Ball's on the 49-yard line. 14-14 is your score here. Start of the second half. Thanks for joining us. Here we go. Oh, nice break by the running back up to the 40, 35, 30. Makes a move to the inside, 25, now 20. Another move, 10-5. Touchdown, Hanna Eagles, Wayne.
Well, just like we said from the beginning, that Eagle offense is just dynamic. Number 24 again with a running play. Is this Bo Jackson? No, this is a little bit of Barry Sanders. Look how he cuts to the right. As he moves, he shifts again, cuts to the left, making defensive players miss every which way. No one even touched him.
Mancias, just like you nailed it, Wayne. He's in just the way he's shifting in full speed. He's not stopping his momentum forward as he shifts back and forth. I wish I could run like that. It's impossible.
I can't run on a treadmill, so I can't run like that.
You got to go watch that replay, folks, at about 11:30, just to start off the second half. Just the way he manages his body, Wayne, in speed, in space. Mancias, he's a great running back.
Yeah, like I say, you look at him and you go, okay, He's got the speed, but he's had people hanging on to him, and he just drags them right along. A lot of times those running backs, you can trip them up with a foot, but he has such a strong step that he's able to pull away from that that defense and plant his foot and keep pushing forward. So he's one of those players you're going to have to keep an eye on and keep watching, not just this game, but anytime Brownsville Hanna's playing, he's a guy you're going to want to keep an eye on. He's a terrific young talent.
You know, it was slow to start. You know, in the first quarter, Mancias, you know, he really hadn't gotten it going, but once he hits the stride in that second quarter, and now early in the second half, he looks unstoppable right now. And so definitely Hanna Eagles, we were talking so much about the pass game and the pass game and the pass game, and Mancias has been doing a lot of it on the ground.
And here we go. The Hawks are now going to have to receive. What is that? Just a few minutes off the clock. Not much time was burned at all. Hanna again. They do not have ball. They have not had the clock on their side, but they don't need much time to score.
48 seconds. That's it. into the second half, he goes this kickoff, and he's been kicking it deep. This time he's going to go a little short. This will be number 3, Corbin Hendrick, out to the 20, 25 now. Hit down about the 32-yard line. Good pick up there for Hendrick.
Again, on special teams, you know, you can win or lose a ball game on special teams. And here the Hawks are playing it safe. They're not trying to set up anything on the outside. They're not trying to do anything fancy. They're trying to protect at the middle and try to get some positive yards. You know, you can run a whole lot of yards and not make up any yards if you're running side to side, sideline to sideline. So he said, hey, get the ball, run straight ahead, and there he goes.
So South Hawks, right early in the game, playing that clock control game, they can still do that. Now they're down 7, though. It's going to change your philosophy just a little bit. But we're going to see what Torres has in store here. Torres going to look to pass. Lets it fly. Almost intercepted.
Right there, number 8, almost with an interception on defense. Flores, the quarterback, junior, he turned around. He saw it. He put his hands on it, but he just could not pull it in for the interception. That was a risky play this side of the field to pass the ball in that situation. You know, we're talking about their strategy, their game plan. The Hawks, their only chance is the ground and pound. Their only chance is to just keep moving the ball forward. They're not a big play making team. They're a ground and pound, pass the ball, run the ball right up the middle.
Quiroz with a handoff there, trying to find some outside room. Gets about 2 yards before he's taken down, but really nowhere to run. They've been running that edge there, and that containment of that defense has been excellent tonight for Hanna.
Again, it seems like the only time the Hawks are getting any kind of major yards is if they bounce in the inside. Several times we've seen them run that play, and every time they bounce on the outside, maybe a yard, maybe 2 yards. If they cut it back inside, they've had some pretty good yardage on that run.
3rd down and 8 coming up for the South Hawks now. They're going a little bit of a power formation now, and he's going to fake the handoff, trying to get outside. Passes under pressure, incomplete pass to number 27, Christian Cortez.
Again, here's a situation where the young quarterback rushed the pass. He had him wide open. He just needed to set his feet to get in position and deliver a solid throw. But instead, there's a lot of pressure, but he had a lot of blockers. He could, take that extra half a second, stabilize yourself, follow through with the pass for an interception. A little bit of an overthrow, but he's a young quarterback, and he's got a lot going on out there.
Punt formation now for the Hawks, and they're going to snap it deep here. Good time, beautiful looking punt there. Spiral going to come down, be fielded. No, will not. Going to let it bounce. Takes a Hawk bounce down to the 32-yard line. And Hanna will get started. It's a momentum for the Hanna Eagles.
The Hawk player there, he picked it up. He said, well, maybe it touched somebody. He took it off and ran, but no, they said, no, the play's dead, buddy. Come back here.
not even close. Get away from that football. So, let's talk about Hanna. Hanna came out, and they scored within 48 seconds. They were on the board. Mancias with that monster run, just looking unstoppable. And so, again, like I said earlier, talked about the pass. They've been doing it on the ground. I would expect now with a 7-point lead, they're going to keep pounding that football.
I think you're right. So I wonder what the defense is going to do. Are they going to still stay in that nickel package, or are they going to try to put a little bit more beef up on the line?
I have not seen them get out of that nickel package all season. They've pretty much stayed there. 2 linebackers, and then the rest defensive backs, 5 of them. So here we go. Shotgun formation now for Victor Campos in the backfield. Getting ready for that snap. Can't tell if it's Mancias. Yes, it is. Handoff. Right-hand side. Nowhere to go. Lots of great jerseys. Well, pushes the pile forward.
Oh, look at that. He almost broke free of that tackle. He not only did he get 5 yards, after he had contact at the line of scrimmage, he pushed another 5 yards, and he was almost going to break that free.
I said contact nowhere, and I look down and up, and the pile's 5 yards down the field.
Yeah.
Excellent run. So he's got speed, he's got power, he's got the ability to make guys miss. It's impressive. Number 24, that's Cesar Mancias. He's a junior, by the way.
Like to see how he develops the rest of the season, and then again he gets to come back for another season.
One more year. 2nd and 4 now. Mancias in the backfield. He'll take the give. Oh, hit in the backfield. Spins out of it though. Tries to pitch it to the quarterback at the end. Smart that he didn't do that, but loses about 5 on that play.
What some incredible defensive pressure there on the outside by number 9 and by number 33. They both put the pressure. 33 with the tackle. Fantastic speed on the defense there. Sets him back about 3 yards. So then now they're, 3rd and 9 to go.
3rd and down and 9 for the Hanna Eagles. And the South Hawk defense saying not so fast. You're not going to roll just yet. So here go number 3. Victor Campos, shotgun formation, trips right. He's going to look to pass. Steps out. Here comes the pressure. Steps up. He lets it go. Receiver wide open in the middle of the field. Out to the 50, 45 now. Foot race, 40, 35, 30. Man, what a move. Down to the 25. Flag on the play. Down at the 24-yard line, Wayne.
Again, we see that offense and that powerful offense. They put pressure on the quarterback there. He stepped up. He had a good pocket protection. He stepped up into the pocket. He passed it about 15 yards to number 84 on offense. Pretty much like you said, it was a foot race. He had one blocker, number 9. It looks like they may have gotten him with a block in the back. Again, that's one of those situations where the Hawk player turned his back. Don't really know why he turned his back, but he did, and it actually helped his team.
Sure did, and so that's going to put him back just a little. Well, we're going to see here, waiting for the official call. And I saw them waving something off. I don't think they're waving the flag off, but they're going to discuss this quickly. Either way, it's going to be a big game for Hanna. That's a huge gain for them. So we have one Hanna player down back here on the 20. We had a Harlingen South player come off the sideline here. That was Sky Tatum. So
this is like we mentioned it earlier with the temperature and the different situation, but we have seen a lot of Hanna players falling down today. And at some point there's concerns of what's going on here? Why so many stoppages? Why are they having this kind of problem? Is it conditioning? Is it some kind of delay mechanism? The fans are sitting here going, "Can we just play this game? Why do we got to keep slowing down?"
It's hard to judge, so I'm not going to pretend to try to do that and say that there's not some real injuries going on. Hopefully not serious, right? But we've seen this tactic. You look at the Oregon Ducks. You look when the Eagles with Chip Kelly, where it's a tactic actually to slow down the pace of the game.
Yep.
I'm not saying they're doing that, but it sure does look.
But if you're watching from the sidelines, the fans on the Hawk side are asking that same question. We even heard one of the open mics on the field say, "Hey guys, just play this game.
Some football.
Let's play some football." So let's see if there's some communication on that situation, or if they're just addressing another penalty.
All right, so I think they're getting it figured out on the field what the call's going to be.
They're backing it up.
They are backing way back. I thought for sure they were going to end up somewhere down the on the Hawk side of the football field, but they're now marching on the Hanna side. That was a huge game. Great pickup there by the receiver. It looks like that's going to be negated by a bad penalty. I mean, just one of those unfortunate. They're going way back, Wayne.
They're taking it back to maybe they offset the penalties. It almost looks like they had 2 penalties offset and had to replay the play. I mean, they're back to the same starting position,
same
3rd and 9
spot. Yeah,
but I haven't heard a call.
Neither have I. So I have no clue what happened. That's interesting.
So we're going to pretend that last play didn't happen and that great pass didn't happen. It's 3rd down and 9.
All right. So sorry, folks, listening live right now. We do not have an explanation for you, but it's going to be 3rd down and 9. Ball in the Hanna Eagle 32, and Campos is going to go to work. He's got 4 wide receivers spread out this time. He's going to look to the sideline for the call. And again, Hawks still in that nickel package. 5 DBs in on the play. They're going to bring a 3-man rush. Handoff up the middle. Little break to the outside. That's number 2, Matthew Garcia.
Giving number 24 a little bit of a break there. Give him a little breather between. And that's an interesting, because they needed 9. You think 24 would be out there, but no, they run number 2. Now they're getting set up for the punt.
Man, I have no idea, Wayne, what happened. I can't tell you. There was a flag on the play. And it was, what, if we had to pace it off 10, 20, 30, 35, 40-yard pickup?
Yeah, I mean,
they're punting now.
They had to have been penalties on both sides. Right. I can't see how they would have negated that.
Here goes the punt. Great snap. A little end-over-end punt. going to be short. Fielded at the 30.
Wow. Ran into his own player.
And
we got a flag.
Can't tell if that's a flag or just a marker.
Well, yeah, it's a yellow flag. Now, if he meant to,
Yeah. No gain on it either way.
Yeah, he's got a
holding. I saw that, yeah. So that's going to be marched back 10 yards. But, South Hawks, it's been a messy kind of, early second half after that Hanna drive. Just back and forth in the middle of the field kind of. And so, the South Hawks, they got a chance now. They're down 7. And nobody's been able to put together, kind of those first half type drives. Hanna scored quickly in 48 seconds. But both teams had a shot, nothing. So let's see what this one does.
Let's see if there can be a sustained drive. I mean,
right.
First things first, you got to get a couple first downs. You got to find out something that's going to work. In the first half, they were able to just run the ball up the center. And, almost every play that made, they bounced on the left side of the center. They're not attacking number 60. 61's the center. They're attacking number 99. They're not going the other way most of these runs, but here we go.
Quiros up the middle. He finds a little crease there, gets up in it, and he just picks up about 14 yards on that one. He just found a little crack and got right through that.
I love when I say they're not doing something, then the very next thing they do that very thing. And now they're on hurry up offense.
They're going quickly, so Torres is setting his man in motion, resetting the offense kind of. Bennett, keep an eye on him or listen for him, I should say, those y'all listening live audio. And he's out there in slot, but they're going to head out to Quiros again, finding a little crease. Bounces to the outside this time, gain of about 4.
That's a hustle play right there. He didn't have really anywhere to go, but he just kept moving those legs, and he found a crease, he found a hole, and he made himself a few yards.
All right, so they're going that no huddle now, Wayne. We're going to test our theory, by the way, on that injury.
I'm not saying it's my theory.
Okay, all right, we won't claim it then. 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Here you go. Torres downfield. Oh, here comes a pressure, and he's going to be sacked for loss.
You know what? That was a situation where he could have just thrown it up there, and it might have been an interception. So, you hate to see a sack if you're the offense there with the Hawks, but you'd hate to see an interception even worse. So, not what they're looking for to move the ball forward. It's now 12 yards to go on the 3rd down. So, you pretty much throw out the playbook in a situation like this.
And those long passes have not been accurate for Torres tonight. So kind of limited, like you said, on what they can do. 3rd down and 12 now for Torres. He's going to look to pass. Rolls to the right. He's got some space. Quick little pass there. Nothing doing there. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 4th down coming up.
They had all of the defensive players between the hashes. Everybody was bunched up in the center. I don't know, maybe throw a slot, give them a little bit of room, throw a receiver out wide so that you have a little bit of space there to play, because once he rolled out that receiver, there was just nothing happening.
4th down now, 9 coming up, and they've got their true punter in there, lined up at the 25-yard line. Good snap. Here goes the punt, high punt, and I think they're going to let it roll. Big Arlington South roll now. No, mark that about the 13-yard line.
Fantastic punt.
Great punt.
That's probably the best special teams performance we've seen for the Hawks all night. A great high punt. It got the Hawks bounce. Now we've got the Brownsville Hanna Eagles backed up all the way to the 13. The Eagles are going to have to go the length of the field, but as we've seen all night,
it's possible.
It doesn't take very long.
Right. 48 seconds again. We're right to open up the second half, and that was really credit to Mancias, though. He did take a little break last drive. I'm going to watch to see if he's back on the field. I think he is.
Yep.
Yes, he is. There he comes. So here comes number 3 and company. Campos, Mancias in the backfield. 4 wide receivers, but they like to run out of this set. And this time he's going to do a little play action. Slot receiver picks it up, and he's going to gain about 3 yards on that one.
It looked like he was set up on the outside to catch that ball and go on the outside, but actually to set up that screen pass for the inside route.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he went outside, he probably got more yards. He had a lot of space on the outside. But you run it like Coach runs. You play it like Coach sets it up, and sometimes you get a home run, sometimes you get 3 yards.
That's right. Campos looking to the sideline now. Mancia in the backfield. 14-21. So Hanna's up 7 now after trailing in the first quarter. And we've got 4:30 left to go in the third quarter. Mancias bouncing into the outside, back to the inside. Lots of great jerseys there, know where to go.
They met them at the line. It took 3 of them, but they took them down. And here we go again, you know, it's a 3rd and long. So back-to-back, strong defensive presence by the Hawks. You know, the last few times Hanna's been in this situation, they have kind of gone with the safe route. They haven't gone for a big play. They've been real safe. Let's see how they play this 3rd down. If they go for a run and play, something safe, or they're going to go for a big play today.
Oh, he's got his 4 wide receivers spread out there, so he's going to look to pass. Left-hand side, running back out of the flat. Nope, he's going to be pressured. Lets it fly, dropped in the middle of the field, but that wasn't close to the first down marker anyway.
He dropped it, but you know that wasn't much of a loss, like you say. He wasn't near the first down marker. Great pressure on the quarterback. For a moment there, it looked like he was going to escape the pressure and get the pass out, but the defensive player just stayed between he and the quarterback and the wide receiver, put his arms up and said, if you're gonna throw it, I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna swat it down J.J. Watt style.
That's right. So here we go. Hanna Eagles now punting. So South set up to get some really good field position here, barring anything crazy on the punts. Every special teams play, except for the last one, seems like there's been a penalty. And so looking forward to seeing a clean one on this one. We're waiting for the snap. Good snap. Ooh, that's a short punt. That's going to be, well, it takes a little bounce, but right out of about the 50-yard line or so. Great field position for the Hawks.
This is what the Hawks are going to want to see. They're going to see this good field position. It gives them a real opportunity to play their game, to move the ball down the field. If they have to punt, they have to punt, but keep pushing, keep controlling the field, staying on that side of the ball, and you stay in this ball game.
3:40 left to go in the third quarter, 21-14, bringing this live broadcast KHGN. Wayne Lowry, Aaron Science here, live from Bogus Stadium. Beautiful night of football. Nice little easterly wind. It's a great day for some football. Here we go. Quiros up the middle, and he's going to be hit quickly. Gain about 2 after he tries to push that pile.
You know, it looked like from this angle, like there might have been an offsides, but he didn't call it. He had great early pressure on the quarterback. It was just a great snap. He read the snap, came around the corner on the defensive end, and put some pressure, but nonetheless, we got 2-yard gain for the Hawks.
2nd down 8 coming up now. Clock ticking, 3:12 in this third. Quick score by Hanna, and then not much afterwards for either team. Torres now waiting for the snap, takes it, wants to pass, steps up in the pocket. Quiros in the flat, incomplete.
You know, that's another situation where the quarterback sees the pressure. He knows he has a safety valve. He's got someone over on the right side. His tailback was open, but nevertheless, the pressure was on him, and he couldn't get the ball to the receiver. Overthrew him.
3rd down and 8 now coming up for the Hawks, and it's going to be a offside, so free play again. And will he connect? Looks like a low passer, and he's going to say completed to number 15, so they'll decline that penalty. 1st down Hawks.
Wow. What concentration by the receiver there, number 15. He took the ball right off the turf, you know, just barely scooping it up. And you know what? Number 8, quarterback Torres, you know, he had the pressure right on him. I mean, that speaks a little bit about his fortitude, that he's willing to take that big hit and still deliver the pass. We're seeing him mature.
Yeah, definitely. He's growing up before our own eyes. Here we go, David Torres now. Handoff outside. Here comes the defensive pressure, and they're going to get him for a big loss.
Ball handoff to number 36.
Brandon Mesa.
They came around on the defense right there with incredible pressure, and they read it all the way. You know, that's one of those option plays where the quarterback can hand it to the receiver or tuck it back in and either take it himself or possibly have a play action as well. But he handed it to the first to his running back, and the defensive player was ready there for him for the tackle.
Here we go, Torres. 2nd down now. 15 to go. Lets it fly. Incomplete pass. Overthrown there to his receiver.
You know, that play right there reminded me of that fumble earlier in the game. His eyes were down the field and coming around with the pressure by number. I'm missing the number. I can't quite see it. Anyway, the looks like 45 maybe. I think it was 45 that was coming around with the pressure. 75 maybe coming around with the pressure and almost got him with his arm back, which would have been another fumble.
2:05 remaining here. 14-21. South Hawks down. 3rd down and 15. I would have to guess if they get him 4th down, they're going for it, Wayne. But 3rd and 15, they still have an opportunity now. Torres going to the line of scrimmage, making sure everybody's got the play. 1 on the play clock. And I think that's going to be delay of game, and it is. Delay of game on the Hawks.
Did the Hawks get a timeout there?
Nope.
They got a flag.
I was watching that play. I said, uh-oh, 3, 2, 1. Done. And so now it's going to make it a really long third down for them.
I think that pretty much guarantees that this next play is going to be a run right up the middle. What do you think?
Third down and 20. What are we going to do? Run up the middle.
Run up the middle. Let's be safe. If you're coach here for the Hawks, you're thinking let's keep that field position. They're not going to get a touchdown on this drive, so let's not do anything crazy to turn the ball over. Let's keep the field position. So let's see, and now they're going to do something totally different.
Now watch for Brady Bennett. Here we go. Torres rolls out to his right, wants to pass, lets it fly. There's Bennett on the, oh man, in and out of his hands. A great defensive play there by Hanna. But he saw Bennett, he saw Big 88 there on the sideline. He wanted to get it in there. Couldn't do it, though. Fourth down.
Bennett's been the go-to all night, and I think Hanna's noticing it, and they've got some pressure on him, and that's all it took. When you keep your eyes focused on one receiver, the defense starts to figure out, hey, this is who he likes to pass to. This is when he feels pressure. This is his go-to guy, and Bennett's been his go-to guy. So they're going to have to look and see, okay, they've got eyes on Bennett. Who can he dump the ball to in these pressure situations to pick up some positive yardage?
4th and 20 coming up for the Hawks now. Under 2 minutes to go. Kind of slowed the pace here at the end of the third quarter, and we're at 21-14. Nice snap there. Decent looking punt. It's going to kind of stall out. No, it's going to take a huge bounce forward. Racing to get it. They do not. No coffin corner on this one. Ball is coming out. Great punt attempt there by number 42 for the South Hawks. So that's going to be Jorge Guillen.
What's so disappointing for the Hawks there is you could have run the ball and about gave them the same field position.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Unfortunately, because of that punt. You really want to, in that situation, you want to make sure you get the punt better than 20 yards. I mean, they had a good opportunity, really pin back Hanna's offense, but they're starting on the 20. So let's see if Hanna can still keep that offense churning, and we see number 24 is back out there.
So Hanna comes out, scores in 48 seconds. 2 drives, could not do much at all. So here they go. Campos going to look to pass downfield. Looks to his left, lets it fly. Receiver down the middle of the field. Great coverage there by the defense.
Right there, we see good coverage on the defense. It was a great pass attempt. It's going to pull the defensive backs back a little bit. Hanna's been running the ball a little bit more those last 2 possessions. So here they are passing it deep. Let the defensive backs be reminded that Hanna can pass the ball, and they're not just a running team. It's not just 24 out there you got to worry about. You got 84. You got other players to be keeping an eye on. So here they are set up again.
2nd and 10 now. Campos going to keep this one up the middle. Here come the gray jerseys. 1 yard gain for the quarterback, but nothing after that.
On this option play, you expect the quarterback to pitch it or do something else, but he held on to it and he just basically fell forward. Didn't get much on the yardage and really not much of a possession. So now they're set up with an 8-yard 3rd and 8. They haven't run much clock.
Right. Yeah, and if you don't convert, you give the Hawks some good field position again. So this is all about field position in the second half. Here we go. Campos pump fakes down the field. Number 12's running. Oh, wow. Stretches out for that one. Just at his fingertips. Incomplete pass.
That was a great pass by the quarterback if his receiver was about 6'2".
Right.
Unfortunately, his receiver was about 5'8". So that was not a pass that he was going to catch, but nonetheless, it was a great form. I mean, the ball flew out of his hand. He had the ball had great rotation, and it was a great spiral, but nonetheless, a little bit too much air for that 5'8" receiver. And I might be giving him a little bit much on height, but he's not one of their taller receivers.
I tell you what, he put the effort in on that one just out of his fingertips. So back deep to return number 3, Corbin Hendrick is back there along with number 14, Gilbert Juarez, and we got a bad snap, picks it up, it's going to run it. He's got a chance to make the first down. Ooh, drops his shoulder pads. I think he stepped out of bounds. I don't know.
That's going to be close to a first down.
He was more interested in delivering a hit than he was getting the first down, I think. Man.
Yeah, sometimes those punters. Wow. Oh, are they giving him the first down?
He got the first down.
Oh my word! The Hawks defense. Well,
Let's see. What
They
you got?
can't decide. Where they're holding the ball, it looks like it's not. Okay, that's short of the first down marker.
That's short. Ooh, look at that. That was one-on-one right there, man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all got to go watch that.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to go watch that and replay after. Watch it. That was great.
With 53 seconds left, the punter
he dropped his shoulder.
You know, if he would have just dove a little to the left, he'd have got the first down. But he was gearing up to deliver a hit on that.
And he was pumped up about that hit too. He was excited. He was like, "Yeah, man, I got that." But you didn't get the first down. All right, first and 10 Hawks now.
And he dropped the punt. That was his job.
That's it. Quiroz up the middle. Oh, he's gonna break this one. 15 down to the 12. Great run there by the running back.
Right there, you've got defensive back Flores, the cornerback, the junior from Brownsville, Hanna, just saving a touchdown by grabbing the tip of the jersey.
Here goes handoff now. Quiroz again, spin move, and he'll be tackled after about a 4-yard gain.
Well, they're still pushing.
Down to about the 7-yard line. On the stop, number 45.
You know, this no-huddle offense, they're running a lot of they're taking a little bit more time to get set up this time, but, you know, they've been running pretty quick offense.
David Torres now waiting for the snap. Pistol formation, hands it off. That's the big boy there. That's number 32.
Garrett with the run. You know, he ducked his shoulders there. That's the one that we kind of expected to see in some of these situations earlier. But, you know, when you got two running backs that can both cut it inside and get some yards, you know, you really have no wrong decision there.
No, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter, folks. 21-14. We've got a game on our hands, Wayne. You know, we kind of saw the resurgence of Hanna after in the first half. Hanna comes out 48-second drive. They get on the board. And then the rest of the third quarter has been really messy. I mean, it's just been kind of a field position battle. But now South is saying, hey, we're about to score this. It's a great game, down 7 points. These are the games I like to call.
You know, for a moment there, you look at Brownsville Hanna and you feel like they're in an entire different stratosphere as far as talent. They've got a running back that doesn't seem to be able to be tackled. They've got all these different tools, offensive tools, and you look at them and you go, this is a team that's, you know, at a different level than the Hawks. But then there's a lot of grit on the South Hawks. They're staying to their game. They're running the ball. They're playing hard defense. They're not. You know, they're giving up some big plays, but it's not for a lack of effort. These guys have a lot of effort, and you can see they're coached to the fundamentals, and they're putting their all on the field tonight.
I tell you what, you know, just again, calling out these names tonight for South, most of all the names we're calling is sophomores and juniors.
Yeah.
So you know, of course, they got a couple studs that are seniors, but it's a young team. And like you said, that grit, that determination is kind of carrying up to this point. So 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Hawks now, and you do have number 32, Sebastian Garrett, in the backfield. As David Torres lines up. He's got 27 in there. We don't call him much because he blocks. That's Christian Cortez, another junior as well. Here we go. Receiver in motion. Torres waiting for the snap. He's going to hand it off. Garrett, they're going to blow it dead.
Looks like motion on the offense.
That hurts. On the right guard, specific.
Oh, no,
left guard.
Let's correct that. It's the left guard. Sorry, coach.
Wow.
You know, he may just make both guards run just in case. Make sure they both get covered.
Oh, wow. I just like his detail, you know. He's very detailed in his calls.
You know, but that's one of those situations where you're getting down to...
All right, here, David is rolling out. He's got someone... Oh, here comes the pressure. Sack. Quarterback sack.
Wow. You know, that's you got to get positive yards there. I know you want to get a touchdown, you want to get in, but you also don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're out of field goal range. We already saw the Hawks attempt a 42-yard field goal earlier in the game without success, and let's see if they set up for a field goal here, 4th and 8 on the 15. So if they're setting up here, it's a 32-yard field goal attempt.
Jose Lerma, number 83, is into attempt. Missed one earlier. And like Wayne said, 32-yard attempt here. Kick is up. It's got the distance. And it's good.
Oh, it's good. You know, from a distance, it almost looked like the exact same kick as last time. Last time it was just right outside the field goal there, but this time it was in 3 points, and like you say, we still have a game, 21-17.
Well, and there's a confidence right now. I think that they're saying after that first initial drive by the Hanna Eagles that came out 48 seconds, scored quickly. South Hawks have stopped 3 consecutive drives on Hanna. So if you're Orange and Hawks, just saying, hey, looks like our defense figured something out here. Let's get the 3 points now. Let's stop them, and then we can start to expand on the lead. So, if they were desperate, Wayne, or they maybe didn't have the confidence in their defense, they would have gone for it on 4th down. So it shows you a little confidence in the defense right now, I would say.
And you're also, not to say that this season that you're going to take. There's no advantage in high school to tank a season, but you're still teaching the fundamentals. And like you say, these are sophomores and some juniors, but some of the names we're calling out most often are sophomores. Yes. You expect 2 more years. And so what's more important tonight for their development and for the development of the program? Is it to take a risky play and blow confidence, or to say, you know what, we're going to play fundamental football, we're going to do our very best to follow our plan, our game plan, and build confidence in these young players?
It's going to take that time. For Harlingen South, being, kind of seeing the program develop and kind of go through some tough spots, recently, there hasn't been that longevity of coaching, for them to really implement a system. Little pooch kick here, comes down about the 25, and he'll slip there, but man, he gives a great little run out to about the 33. So longevity, consistency in coaching, you look at Rich, you say year 2, what is it going to look like in year 4 or 5 if he sticks around, obviously, and I think people hope for that.
Well, I think he brings the experience, he brings the pedigree, and he's got the experience that I think will, the Harlingen community seems to rally around his philosophy in football, his philosophy for his players. So I think, all in all, I think the Hawks are on the upward slope. Even if they have a losing season, it really doesn't give you all the details to the strength that this program is creating.
Correct. And you look on the sidelines here, and you see the numbers on the sideline. That's a good sign. That means a lot of people were coming out for the football program a few years ago. Wasn't like that. All right, here we go. Mancias trips up at the line of scrimmage.
We have a hard the Hawks are having a hard time tackling Mancita, but the turf took care of them that time for the Hawks.
Yeah, because he had a hole there to run through. He would have gotten some yards on that one.
Looks like Casper grabbed him.
The unfriendly ghost on that one. How about that on Friday the 13th, right?
Oh yeah. We haven't done a single Friday the 13th metaphor this entire game.
Nothing.
I'm kind of disappointed in us.
It's just been one of those nights where everything's been good so far. So, 2nd down and 10. We haven't had a reason to do it. Yeah. Here comes a blitz from the cornerback, and look at that. He's right there in the tackle, but what a run there. That's Mancias again, bouncing off that cornerback.
We've got a little bit of a scrimmage here. You can see that there's some tenseness on the field. A little chippy.
And about 5 for the Eagles.
That's competition. It's going to bring it out, As long as it stays healthy, doesn't go overboard. It's good to see some competition sometimes. In a game that gets away from, where it's a 30, 40-point blowout, that's when it gets ugly.
Yeah.
Right now, these guys are still very much in the game, so they're competing. 21-17 is your score here. 9:43 left to go in the ball game. Hanna has the ball. Here he goes. Campos wants to pass. Little screen set up. Oh, and it's dropped.
That screen was it was a pass to number 22.
Or 2.
The screen pass there, but unfortunately he dropped the ball for Brownsville Hanna. Not that he would have got much. The defense was reading it the entire time. And just like that,
4th down.
There's
that confidence in the defense. They did what they would hope they would do. Got the 3 points. Said, let's put it on the defense. Here they go. Another great defensive stand.
The Hawks have a real opportunity. There's still 9.5 minutes left in this game. Brownsville Hanna hasn't done much after that great opening drive.
That's right. Great snap. Oh, this is going to be a short punt again, Wayne.
Let's see where it goes. It's taking the bounce.
Yep.
But they're going to let it stop around the 27th yard line.
Not bad. I mean, it was a short kick, but half the distance was on the roll.
Yeah.
It'll be 1st and 10. South.
So here goes South. I feel like when South sticks to running the ball in between the tackles, little off tackle here or there, don't go outside. Hanna's been able to really contain on the outside. It's been successful. When they go away from that is when they stall out.
Yeah, I think what we're going to expect from the Hawks here is they've got to stick to their game plan. There's still plenty of time left for them to score. 3 points won't do you any good. You got to get a touchdown this drive, or at least pin Brownsville Hanna back deep in their own.
There goes Quiros there up the middle. And that time, nothing doing. It had a safety blitzing down. He kind of squeezed that line of scrimmage, and nowhere for Quiros to go.
But he still picked up about 4 yards, or 3 yards, 2 yards, one of those.
Couple yards. Let's just say a couple.
We'll say a couple.
But it's impressive, and you've mentioned it tonight. He keeps his legs moving.
He doesn't look like the kind of running back that's going to get those extra yards. He looks like the kind of running back that's going to only work in the open space.
Correct.
But like you say, he keeps his legs moving, and he's hard to bring down.
Well, super low center of gravity, and plus he hides behind those offensive linemen. So before you see him, it's too late. Here we go. Going to pass this one. Little bubble screen set up again. Keeps his feet. That's a first down and more for number 15, Derek Delgado.
Delgado there, he almost went down short of the first down line, but he put his hand down, he stabilized himself, and he kept moving. He broke off 2 tackles. All he took was one left hand to push himself back up on his feet, and there he goes.
There goes Quiros up the middle now, trying to find some space in the middle of that line. Nice pick of about 4 yards. Didn't look attractive, but he got him.
He got 4 yards before a little WWE tackle right there, a little pick up and throw over the shoulder.
And he's good to go. He's off. He's taking a little break on the sideline. He's been running hard tonight.
Well, when you get body slammed, you might need a minute.
A little break right there. Coach, just a second so I can catch my breath. So that's 32 now. Sebastian Garrett in.
But he went off the side to take that break.
Of course, yeah. He'll be back in. Garrett's in now with a second down and 7. 21-17. Southhawks trail. But they're knocking on. Oh, and just like that fumble, picks it up. Torres.
That's a situation, though, that the quarterback made a good, wise move. That wasn't a sophomore move. He dropped the ball. Instead of trying to pick it up and do something crazy, which could have led to a fumble, he just landed on it and said,
Smart.
We're going to take a little loss on the yardage, but we're not out of this yet.
That's right. Smart play there. And like you said earlier, you're watching this young quarterback grow, and watching these games, watching him throughout the season, I've seen him grow each and every week. So very impressive. Talk about a sophomore quarterback on Brownsville Hanna side too. So future over there as well. Third down now. 12 to go for the Hawks. He wants to pass Torres. Here comes the heat. Drops it off. Sebastian Garrett on the outside. Nowhere to go. Gets it back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it.
That's one of those plays that was blown up from the beginning, and for them to make any kind of positive yards is really good for the Hawks, because he was almost sacked there on that the outside pressure.
So fourth down. The punt unit does come back out onto the field and done a pretty good job. The punt unit for South Hawks. Getting the ball down there. I'm trying to get a number. I think that's 43, right? That's 43 or 42. George Oregian, I'm sorry. Let's see what he can do on this one. Hanna may have the best. Nice looking punt. Look at that spiral. Well, you can't see it. You're listening live audio, but I'm trying to tell you, that's a good looking punt. Yeah. All right.
Good punt, but it puts Brownsville Hanna back on the 20. So 6 minutes left to go in the game, Aaron. What do you expect to see from Brownsville Hanna?
You got to get Mancias back going again. Really after that first opening drive of the second half, have not really seen him. He got tripped up by Casper. We talked about that a while ago, but really has not been able to get going. And so if you can get him moving along, it'll open up your little short passing routes, but stick to what's been working if you're Brownsville Hanna.
For the Hawks here, this may be the series that determines the game. They got 6 minutes left in the game. If they can cause this to be a 3 and out, then
there's Mancias, nothing there.
Yeah, if they can hold them for another 2 downs and maybe another minute, give them about 5 minutes left in the game, and have good field position, they still have a chance.
Totally agree.
But the weakness of the Hawks on their offense seems to be they can get down to about the 20-25.
They get stuck.
But they get stuck.
Yep.
And the field goal's not going to help you at this point.
No, and I think what happens with their running style, they need space in the interior. So when they get crunched in that red zone, it gets all plugged up for them. So here we go. Second down and 9. Hanna Mancias. And Harlingen South's just there for him right now.
they've got laser eyes for number 24. They know where 24 is. They've got him in their sight. So Brownsville Hanna is going to have to mix up their offense, either hand the ball off in some other way, some misdirection, or a short pass, because the Hawks are watching number 24's every movement. And they have to. It takes 3 or 4 of them to pull them down.
I haven't been able to keep an eye on a linebacker, but there's someone probably spying him right now, meaning that wherever he goes, that player's going. So someone's got to be spying down there on the field. They're down at 6 now, and I think we have a timeout. Yeah, talk about that spy. You know, sometimes a defensive coach will say, number 22, you keep your eye on 24. If he goes left, you go left. He goes right, you go right. You go wherever it is that he goes, and sometimes that works. Yeah. And since they're not spreading the ball out with a pass like we thought they were, you can do that. And perhaps, like I said, I haven't been able to confirm that, but I have a feeling that's what's going on right now, because he's been shut down here in the second half after that first drive.
Well, the Hawks here are going to have to keep that up. They're going to have to keep an eye on 24. At this point, 24 is who's going to beat you. So we'll see what Brownsville Hanna does coming out of this timeout. If they're drawing a special play, if they're just saying, hey, let's play conservative here. Let's just run the ball again with 24 and punt it away and put the pressure on the Hawks. Because, again, the Hawks have not been very successful in the red zone. So if Brownsville Hanna says, let's just take a little bit more time off here, let's run it, let's play our defense in the red zone, and let's win this game.
3rd down 6, big 3rd down 6 coming in now for the Hanna Eagles, and he's going to look to pass. Here comes a pressure, and he's going to be taking Sky Tatum on the sack. Quarterback is down.
Sky Tatum. 4th down.
Right there with a powerful defensive stand. You've got the 3rd down, and he decides to try to pass the ball there, but the Hawks were ready for it on defense. They put pressure. So they sacked him, and it almost caused a fumble. For a second there, it was unclear whether or not that ball had come out.
Yeah, right. Sky Tatum, I haven't called his name too much tonight, right? We haven't. But those defenders, Bennett, Tatum, those guys are some strong guys. Those are seniors, though. And so those are a couple of strong players that they're gonna be without next year. Here we go, 4th down and 11. And it's going to be a high, short, side-spinning punt. It will be returned, and it is already inside Hanna territory, down to the 46.
That's a risky return there. You almost want to call a fair catch, because when you've got the defender just a few feet away, there's a lot of chance that if you muff the punt a little bit, they bobble it a little bit, that they knock the ball out of your hands, and then all of that pressure, all of that great defense would have been wasted. But nevertheless, the Hawks have the ball, like you said, on the 46-yard line. They're set up. If they're going to deliver for this homecoming crowd, this is their chance.
Now's the time.
Now's the time with 4 minutes to go.
If not now, then when? Here we go, 4:05. And then we hand off. Oh, hit in the backfield. Nowhere to go for Quiros.
Back to the line of scrimmage. Again, this is scripted like a Hollywood movie. They got 4 minutes to go. Are they going to step up the plate? Are they going to win it for the home crowd? Or is it going to be one of those sad stories that you go so close but not quite?
Woulda, shoulda, coulda, right? And field goal will not do it, by the way, folks. 21-17, so they're down 4. They need a touchdown. 3:38. Hawks have all 3 timeouts remaining. Here we go, Torres, man in motion now, shotgun, and they're going to blow it dead. Talk about timeout. Hawks take one.
Right there, they didn't see the defense that they liked. They wanted to make sure they reset the play and have the personnel in the field in the position they can to succeed. So right there, Brownsville Hanna still has 2 timeouts. The Hawks have 2 timeouts. I think in the back of their mind they're saying, we need to score here, but if we don't score here, you're pretty much, they're going to have to move the ball to have a chance to punt and do it again. At this point, I think they're around 4th down territory.
It's 4th down territory from here on out for the Hawks. They're going to have to go for it. 2nd and 10, 3rd, 4th down if they come to it. They're just going to have to do it. Again, like I said, field goal will not cut it. They got to score a touchdown. And the Hawks, really since the first quarter have really been shut down. They got the 14 points early in the first quarter by clock management, ball control, and just a field goal here in the second half. And so really they did that early with the running of Quiros in between the tackles. Have not been able to get back to that. Perhaps Torres finds a touch here at the very end. He's able to complete some passes, but it's going to be tough. 2nd and 10 now for the Hawks. And Torres is lined up with Quiroz in the backfield. Takes a snap, wants to pass downfield. Here comes a pressure, and they're going to sack him in the backfield.
Yeah, you can see that there was a missed coverage there on the offensive line. The defensive pressure got to him. That was a loss of, looks like a loss of 8 on the play.
They're going no huddle here. 3rd down and 17. And so here goes Torres trying to get that hard count.
And a false start. You know, probably in that timeout there, coach called, the coach for the Hawks called, said, hey, if this happens, do this. And here are the 2 plays.
Yep.
But, you know, one of the problems is when you go to 3rd and 17 and now 3rd and 22, you don't have a play in the playbook for 32, you know, for 3rd and 22.
No, best you can hope for is try to make up half of it, and they get another half. So this is a big 3 minutes left on the clock. 2 timeouts remaining for both teams. Hawks down 21-17 on homecoming night.
You got to think that he's going to be looking for Bennett at number 22. He's the only receiver on the inside here.
Here we go, Torres looking down. Here comes the pressure. Great pick by Quiroz. And he's going to launch this one. He's got number 1. He's going to make up half the distance.
Half the distance. You've got to get at least half the distance on that play to make it manageable. So now this is the game, folks. It's 4th down and about 10, 12 yards from where are they going to place it. Looks about 11 yards for the first down.
And we've got a Brownsville Hanna player on the field. On the ground, I should say, and he's hurt.
He's laying on his back.
4th down and 11. Like you said, this is the play now of the game. Let's go back. I keep thinking about that fumble. You know, I can't stop thinking about that fumble. Or then towards the end of the first half there, that Hanna was able to march down and tie the ball game before halftime. I really feel like there was a shift there. And South has been trying to play catch up on that momentum. They finally have it here in the second half, late in the second half. But now some penalties and some mistakes. They made it difficult for themselves.
You know, there's really nothing wrong with the Hawks game for the second half. It just hasn't resulted in points.
True.
You know, they got 3 points out of a lot of hard-nosed football. They're playing good defense. They're putting a lot of pressure on offense. They get to the 20-25, and that's where, you know, it basically ends. So, you know, you go into the week after a game like this, and you see what you need to do to improve. You know, the Hawks are going to look at it and go, we've got to improve our red zone offense. We've got to get better at special teams. But I think there's a lot of positives that you can take away from this young Hawks team. When you look at their defensive pressure, you know, they gave up a few big plays, but, you know, when you're battling a team that's 4-1, who's got a lot of talent, that happens.
4th down and 11. Here we go. 2:30 on the clock. South Hawks. This is do or die right here. Torres lets it fly. Caught. Is he going to have enough for the first down? I don't think so, Wayne.
No, it's short.
Wow.
It's short by about 2 yards. 2 yards, 2 inches. It doesn't matter. It was 4th down, so it's a turnover on downs with 2:22 left to go in the game. I think that's a game, folks. We got the Hawks have 2 timeouts left. The Eagles have 2 timeouts, but they're not looking to burn their timeouts.
No, you know, I tell you what, on that play, you know, Torres did the best he could because the pressure was coming hard. He had to get rid of it fast. Too fast is what happened. Delgado had a beat on the defensive back there, just caught a little bit short. Great tackle on the defense, just short. And so now, like you said, it's a timeout game here. It's possible for South to still get the ball back, but if there's a first down involved here for Hanna, it's game over. Yeah, definitely. So here's Campos, and I think that's Mancias, and I know who's going to get the call. Mancias is going to get the call, and they're going to try to wear down this clock here.
I think best case scenario for the Hawks, you're looking at about 30 seconds left in the game.
Mancias, and they're going to stop him at the line of scrimmage. So
get him. Once they get him down, the clock can be stopped with a timeout.
Should be timeout.
The Hawks have their timeout, so 2:15. It's now 2nd and 10.
What a game, you know. It's been a great game. You know, you looked at everything on paper, Wayne. You said 1-4 versus 4-1. And this has been a game of equals pretty much, you know, where both teams have kind of thrown a shot at each other, and it's been evenly matched teams. And, of course, you have to look at the schedule, right, and who they played up until this point. That factors in. But really, I saw two evenly matched teams tonight, and it's been a great game so far.
You see the strengths and the weaknesses of both teams.
Right.
You know, one of the things you got to notice with Brownsville Hanna is, you know, they had some big plays, but they were really inconsistent throughout the entire game. They had a few good plays, but you know, you're just a hair, you know, just a shoestring tackle away from you know, a long touchdown run being a 10-yard run. There's a lot that could have gone wrong for Brownsville Hanna. Every point they got was on a big play, and so or was off of a big play. So whereas the Hawks were a little more consistent all night, but just couldn't quite deliver the death blow when they needed it.
2nd and 9 now, and they're going to stay in a tight formation here. Just going to hand it off to the fullback. He's going to take it. I think that's Mancilla's actually running that fullback position. Nowhere to go again. I think the Hawks will burn their last timeout.
Last timeout, so it's 3rd and 9 with 2:10 remaining. They'll burn off about 40 seconds, 45, 50 seconds on this next play, leaving them a little bit more than a minute left at the end of this next play.
You kind of look at, okay, so if you're Brownsville Hanna, right, it's 3rd down and 8. I would try, you know, to get that first down. You get the first down, it's game over. You run again up the middle, it's stuffed. South may get the ball back, and who knows, you go deep to Bennett or something like that, it's possible. So Hanna may be looking at something here. How can we get a first down on this one? Can we pull something out of the trick bag? You know, of course you have to be careful and protect the football because you're still on that side of the field, but first down may be in their minds right now.
I don't know. I think, you know, they may be looking for first down, but at this point the Hawks haven't done anything in the red zone. So, you know, worst case scenario for Brownsville Hanna is to do something a little too clever.
Sure.
They fumble the ball. They go for a pass that's intercepted and taken back for a touchdown. I expect that they're going to go, let's just hand it to 24.
Right.
We've given him the ball every time, and he's made positive yards where he's carried us pretty much all this game. And let's see if our defense can hold it for the final minute of the game.
Here we go, 3rd down and 8. And let's see what happens. Campos, handoff. Mancilla's outside. He's got some space to run. Cuts it upfield now. Oh, he's close, but doesn't get that first down marker.
He's close. You know, he has such speed right around that corner. It was amazing watching as he went on the outside. You think, okay, it's going to be a 2-yard gain. He's going around the corner and just a burst of speed around the edge, getting it just close. Wow, they're putting it right on the first. Great spot by
yes.
That didn't look that close from our side of the camera here, but that was a spot.
It's a very good spot.
It's a very good spot.
And they're going to measure it. I tell you what, if it's first down, that's game.
It's game.
Done. Yeah.
I'd be interested to see on the replay where they found that spot. Because it sure looked like he was out of bounds about a yard short of where they marked the ball.
He's got the first down.
Yeah, that's going to be the game, folks. Wow. You know, 24, they call it like they saw it in 24. Sure. You know, it was that burst of speed around the edge that got them to the first down. And, you know, that's the game, folks. I mean, you can't do anything after that. The Hawks cannot stop the clock. There's a minute 54 left in the game. It's the famous phrase, it's time to run my favorite play.
Victory formation.
Victory formation.
Yeah, what a game, though. You know, it just, again, looking back, you know, if you look at the predictions, you look at everything, 4-1 and 4, could be a blowout. And then, of course, homecoming night, South Hawks, again, I think really the main story this year, Wayne, is it's a young team. It's a young team, lots of promise. You got some great athletes that are going to be coming up in the next 2 years. And so, like you said, you know, what is the focus of this year then? It's to develop those players, to give them experience to, oh, wow.
You can't have that. You can't have that. It's been a good game, but you know when you've got a lot of emotion on the field. Maybe you said I didn't think that was a first down, but you know what? That's what they called, and that's how you got to play it. And it's not good to shove after the play is called dead.
Yeah, for those of y'all listening, a defender came across the line and just nailed somebody, man, and put him on the ground. A little frustration there, obviously. You know, it's a high intensity game, and like you said, you know, you just don't want to see that. But going back, talk about the development of players, character, all that goes with it too. So, you know, if you're Harlingen South, there's some things that you can take away from tonight and say, man, we can work on some things here and improve in these areas. But this is a tough district this year. 32-6A, very difficult district. You know, Harlingen, San Benito, you got Los Fresnos, Wesco East, even Wesco's formidable. You know, that's the top 2-3 are kind of set. Number 4 is up for grabs, but you're looking at a Hanna team that now goes to 5-1 and undefeated in district. So they're in that conversation.
Now it's just time to let the clock run out, folks, as Brownsville Hanna had the big plays.
Yeah, they did.
You know,
they needed them.
All you do at the end of the game is you look at the scoreboard and you see 21. 3 touchdowns, 3 extra points, and that's how the Eagles are going to win this game. A lot of power on offense. They play defense in the red zone. You know, it's one of those bend, don't break kind of defenses.
Right.
Hawks would drive all the way down the field and get to the red zone, and the Eagles would say, you know, that's far enough, and we're going to stop you right there. And that's how you end the ball game with a kneel right there.
Yeah, there you go. And that'll be the end of the ball game, folks. This has been a pleasure. Thanks for listening to this live audio broadcast. Bringing this live, feed tonight. KHGN working so hard, and just a pleasure to be calling with Wayne Lowry tonight for the first time. And I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast. But just a great game. Recap it real quick, Wayne. Talk about what do we take away from tonight?
I think the two main takeaways right here is that Brownsville Hanna is the real deal. They've got some great talent. If they can continue to win in district, they've got a chance to go all the way. And the Harlingen Hawks, South Hawks, they have an opportunity to continue to build a very strong program for many years to come with a young team. I think we can expect their district play to improve next year. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see an upset or two.
Sure.
In the remainder of their schedule this year. They've got a lot of energy and passion. So you got Brownsville Hanna, who did what they needed to do to keep moving forward in the record, and the Hawks have set the tone that they're going to be a defensive-minded, run the ball, power run game type team, and I look forward to seeing both of these teams moving on throughout the rest of the season.
Well, that's going to do it for us folks here tonight at this live audio coverage. Thanks for tuning in. Our final score is 21-17. The Hanna Eagles escape the Harlingen South Hawks on homecoming night here at Bogus Stadium. Good night, folks. Great night of football, and have a great night.